Hey guys, welcome back in. 2 o'clock, couple hours left on a busy afternoon here as we continue to grind around the lows of the day, or low end of the range anyways of the day, as the market tries to find a little bit of support. We'll have a big look at Tesla. What a day. Once again, leading not only the automakers back to the upside, but leading some of the consumer discretionary names back to the upside this afternoon. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about tech shares coming up as well, because it's been a bit of a rough ride so far today. Here's how the market's setting up with, as I mentioned, 2 hours to go, 1% to the downside right now for the S&P, 0.5% for the Dow, the Russell, 1.19, a full percent for both the 1,000 and 3,000. It's the 2,000 leading once again this afternoon. NASDAQ Composite 1.5, the 100 1.7. So yeah, all about rough ride for tech. As I mentioned, this is zoomed in a little bit. Let's maybe adjust that. There we go. We can see a little bit more now. It's been a rough ride today for Lumen, off earnings 21%, 22 basically at the lows for them after forecast was a disaster. There's Google. Speaking of disaster, Google with a bit of an oops with their AI today. Cost them 8.25% on the day. We'll touch on that coming up. It's the consumer discretionary names, though, that are in focus this afternoon. It's tough to see, but way down there, that's Tesla. 2% upside right now. Tapestry, on the other hand, getting hit 6% to the downside off earnings. Chipotle reported there. There's CCL coming off big moves yesterday. RCL, CCL back to the downside a little bit. Some of these cybersecurity names have been pretty strong today. Fortinet, FTNT, was the one that actually reported 10.8% to the upside, but the rest of the group showing relative strength all day long. Speaking of reports, PayPal coming this week as well. CVS, CNC, and Humana, they're all in the green for healthcare. CME, another earnings name in the financial group, back to the upside today as well. But overall, about a full percent when we step back and take a look at the overall market. Under pressure, Google leads, Microsoft we'll talk about, and Apple coming up here. What a day it's been. So much opportunity. Once again, we'll get into a few things we were discussing in the pre-market once again this morning. Make sure you're with us every single day. We come on at 8:30 in the morning, get you set for the open coming up at 9:30. Tell you everything you need to know. Grab the watch list. Neil is here today. He's going to lead us off with a look at one of his trades from this morning.
Welcome, Trade of the Day. It's going to be a little Tesla action. Brought to you as well by Day Trade the World. As usual, it could have been Bed Bath & Beyond shorts, but we're not going to beat a dead horse here. One of the stronger names in the market. Not a good day for markets overall. Good to be able to show a positive one. And you know what? I thought we'd get to 200, and we finally did. So before Meta did, you can see what's happening the last couple of days on the 15-minute. 198 was your top. Inevitably, eventually, you test that level, you're going to get to the big level. How do you want to approach it? I've been talking lately about, don't just think about getting in one time and then buying that perfect dip price. If it's trending, look for multiple entry points on the way up. The first thing that happened was wick to the downside. Always think it's bullish. So I always think it's bullish when you have a consolidation, open, flush, and then wick bottom, stop people out, and then jam the top side. Now, instead of getting 196, I would have loved to grab 196. I end up getting the clean break at 97. Love this. It just gives you the dollar, gives you the 199.50 right in front of that $200 level. Well, guess what you can do in this situation? I'm taking it out, looking for the pullback, knowing full well, hey, if I don't get the pullback, I'm taking the 200 break. So you've already taken one breakout and gotten that clean move. Well, let's just do it again off the 200 level. Go right back to Dodge. It's exactly the same trade. Rinse and repeat it. Make a decision at the first buck. Make a decision at the second dollar. In this case, I did hold on to a piece because 200 was the bigger level. Expected a bit of a continuation. It pulls an over-under on us and comes right back. I get stopped out just beneath break even, only to watch it kind of go back and then retest the lows. Here's where I was ready for it this time, though. I was looking for that over-under again. Will it break beneath that support, which was now 199.50, breaks, dips down, regains that support, so catch it on the way back up, was able to scalp out there, probably should have held on to it a little bit more aggressively than we did, and then the fun started. This is where I think the mistake got made for me. I'm going to get to why I think it was a mistake. Because it started to hold VWAP, and I got caught up with it holding VWAP. You'll see we're dip getting a dollar, dip, getting stopped out, reversing short when it's underneath VWAP. This is what we call over trading. Suddenly I'm now fixated on VWAP instead of the key price levels, right? Bottom top, 203, 198 at the bottom. Not really looking at the bigger picture, getting these little scalp in and out, risk 50 cents here and there. A lot of nonsense when you really look at it, and you're just giving a little bit back of your day. I then went back to it, double down by getting a 200 break. This was profitable. Scalp 50 cents, scalp a dollar, breakout, break even. Even though it's a positive trade, this last one off VWAP, I don't like it. What I don't like about it is you've got a better trade. Our original entry price, it's showing you support there. That's what you want to be doing. When in doubt, zoom out, slow down, understand that you're not always going to get as big a move in the middle of the day as the open, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be patient and wait for those key price levels. So it's a little bit of a learning experience. There always is something you can get out of a positive trade to make it better, and that's none of this diddling, whether you make money or not. Wait for the key levels because those are $3, $4 winning trades if you wait for that bottom. Tesla, your trade of the day, is always brought to you by Day Trade the World.
All right, we'll come right back here, guys. There's an update coming through right now for Netflix. So a whole bunch of things on sharing specifically just coming out for Netflix. They're talking about a new members page where you can set a primary location for your account and then control who's going to have access to it. It looks like they're also expanding the countries that are going to have access to this members page. And this will include the lower tier ad-supported version as well. So not a huge move there. It did pop up to 364, but coming right back in. A little bit of volume again, a little bit of an update underway right now for Netflix, it looks like, on that new sharing capabilities. Remember, it was every 30 days you were going to be prompted to re-log in, essentially, and you have to be on the IP address you set as your primary location to successfully log in. So anyone who's obviously not connected to your router will not be able to then log in anymore. So there you go. We'll keep an eye on Netflix. Let's talk about this Google move today to kick things off. But I don't know, you guys want to talk about that Netflix note there? Not a huge move, but a little bit of volume came back in.
You know, the market's fun when we're like, not a huge move. It only bounced $2 and change. That's nothing. Wait, when it goes bottom to top $10 this morning, essentially like 9 change, when it does that, we're kind of getting desensitized to like $2 moves here. But, you know, I don't think it's not really moving the needle. I guess people have expected to a certain extent that you were going to get something along these lines. Maybe that's why you're not quite breaking out. But the other thing to consider is, okay, it went $2 and didn't follow through. Well, the market is weak today. So that's probably why you didn't see any follow through on that last little pump to the upside there on Netflix. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Unless we break out here, it's not terribly exciting. I just said don't diddle in the middle, wait for key levels. And I think you got to wait for key levels. Either it breaks out of this range to head to the top, or, you know, if you like that news and you want to buy it, buy support instead of playing in the middle.
All right, guys, we've been buying some Microsoft up right here as well off this bottom, so we are long Microsoft, looking to get a piece out. We're in the money 80 cents right now. It just keeps bouncing off 269. So for me, I was like debating getting out right here at 20 at the 200 period, but we may not get that high. So I'm going to take a piece out right now on Microsoft for this trade. Look, like we already talked about this with Fahad, you know, when he was talking about Netflix and making sure that he paid for it. And I said, well, do you pay for it? Nope. And then there was silence. So I just feel like for Netflix, there is going to be some pushback here for us and for owners of Netflix. Like the example that I was giving was legitimately, obviously, not obviously, but I pay for it at my place, and then my kid right now is off at university, so he has our password because he was one of 5 people that could log in, or 5 accounts, whatever they have it there. My kids even have one. They live in the same house, right? So, and that's what it's made for. So I just feel like it's a negative for Netflix. They have to do it, so there's no problem with that. I'm excited, Brendan, to hear how much, and let me know if they've done this already, but how much is it going to be? I thought it was a couple bucks to add somebody to your account, because if they brought down the price of, let's just say it's 20 bucks right now, and you could only and now you could have 5. Well, if they brought the price down and said, okay, maybe it's only $15, but then it's $5 for every person outside of that, that could be something. But anyways, I'll reserve my judgment until there's more there. The idea behind Netflix, though, guys, is if you've enjoyed this ride up, and I'm not just talking about this because this is what I've done, but I've trimmed over the last couple of days right into this area. We were long almost from the bottom, from like 188, something like that. So now that you're all the way up here, I think Netflix has had a huge ride. You're right back into some levels again here today, 364, 365. I like Netflix. I just worried about that password thing. We were so excited when they went to the ad tier. So maybe people downgrade to that tier. I wonder if they will still have the password issues as well.
$7.99 looks like for 2 people, Sean. So you can add two people that don't live in your same household in Canada for an extra $7.99 a month. So there you go. But I also read a note that suggested there's 100, they estimate 100 million households that are sharing their password right now. So maybe not a very positive thing, but at least some of those might jump on that $7.99. Looks like different countries, different prices too. So Spain, for example, $5.99 to add 2 additional people. In Canada, $7.99, so we'll see. That's a note on Google that came out as we were just coming on this morning about their chatbot, Bard. Such a weird name. Yeah, Bard spitting out some inaccurate information, which leads to, wow, 8% move to the downside today, guys, for Alphabet.
So how about we just, there's an issue with our position board. The team is all over it. So I put mine in the chat, but I'll let you guys know very quickly.
Oh,
long NVIDIA, short Google, short AI, short Bed Bath & Beyond. We've been short that one pretty much all day long. But I just put NVIDIA on. Well, I like this price, but the 223, you can see breakout 223, dip 223, a couple of dip buys at 223, just as we're doing trade of the day there. It got up to 224, a bit of a scalp out, and I'll go right back on the bid and try and catch more of it. We'll get it fixed. We have a great team. They're going to be all over it to make sure you guys can see. And you guys can always ask, AI is going to rip on me.
Yeah, Neil.
What? Why you got to be like that? No.
Come on, Neil. Smart enough.
I mean, maybe it does, right? So I'm short C3 AI up at VWAP. I've really only I had this and lost like 10 cents or whatever early on. It's like that's why you get out. But then once it started holding beneath VWAP, I'm not shorting it here. I haven't been that aggressive with it. I've been waiting for it to get in and up to like 26.5, right? Like those are the money shorts. So if it does, it has to go 70 pennies to go out of the money right now. So, and I've scalped most of it out. I'm really only holding the last 10%. Not really in that much danger. I am looking to reload, so I have to be cautious if it gets to VWAP how strong that move would be. But I'm not terribly worried about that one, to be honest with you.
That's funny. Bard Simpson. Yeah, you guys are funny. Yeah, so we are getting right now, you know, the sort of the head architect behind all this here is in a meeting. So I just told Fahad, go get him from that meeting because I want to get these position boards going as well. We are long right now on AMD. Sorry, short AMD. What am I talking about? We just shorted this little pop there. We've been taking it outside to the downside right now. So let's just see where AMD goes. This is another name we just covered a piece right now. As we're bouncing, I thought we could break lower here today. So I still want to hold the short, and we're going to get shorter against VWAP right here, which is 86.11. You can see, look at all these shorts, right? Some of them are out like, I don't know. It's like when we got into that. Remember when we were short Amazon 101, and we could talk about that here, which I'm not in right now, and we were getting a little nervous. I had to roll back to versions, and man, this version is a lot slower, I'll tell you that much.
Yep.
But these are all the shorts here. Remember when I was nervous about this short and we kept covering right here? Well, look how much this flushed down to 98.70 again. Then we were just short Amazon again, and it took money, then got blown out right there. And we haven't re-engaged in the short. We probably should because that's at VWAP as well. So, all right, you can't see our positions. I'm Bed Bath & Beyond short right now. You can see, I mean, this has been a short. Oh, man, I'm getting frustrated here. 320 all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Here's more shorts right now, downside right there. So what the play is on Bed Bath, and unfortunately I was
short the pops.
Bugging. I was bugging? I was not bugging out. I was looking at the bugs in this version when this happened. So unfortunately, we didn't get that pop, but I want to short every pop, like Neil just said. So right now, we are popping back into 61, 62. My last couple outs were just here, 56, 57. So for right now, we're going to watch out for that pop back upside. I'd rather short it. I'm not going to short this pop. I'm going to short it back into 70, anywhere near 70 and beyond. But there it is right there. Google, we just talked about it. I already lost on Google today. Do we want to do that? Did you already?
Let's do it. I don't think we did.
Did we? Okay, the graphics. Okay, so we'll do this, and then we just talked about Bed Bath & Beyond and everything as well. Google earlier this morning, we try to defend the 100 level, and this is just going to be one of those levels, guys. Like, honestly, you're going to defend it every time. I'm going to defend it every time. It doesn't really matter for me. So there's the defense. We actually got it back. It actually went to $100.40, but it was really just this decision right here where we started buying a bit early, 101, 150. So when it broke down, we wound up taking like a 60, 70 cent hit, which was complete garbage. Neil almost dropped water all over me again. If that would have happened, then honestly, Neil, man,
that was the same thing.
I just would have. Whatever.
No,
just
it was
Luca
different.
Come back over
it was
here,
different.
take
The
my
other
spot
day, you guys can't see. I had a pen like this, and I
here,
essentially was doing something. I had a position.
I had the example. It was
I had a
like
position,
that.
and I was like doing this and putting my water down. And
the
you had the right shot, guys. And I put this down. I wasn't watching until I watched my positions, and it just spilled everything. And I almost did that again.
Very dramatic. Shout out to Pratt. Actually, show those coasters.
Look at these.
Where's
Got
mine?
these from Pratt. He brought them back from India. Honestly, what a nice guy. Like, it's just.
He's an average guy.
Some people think of others when they're on vacation. He's the man.
This is from my daughter. Look, nice. Trader T. This is her drawing this to me. That's our building. Love is the best.
What's coming out of the top of the building?
Unfortunately, that's smoke, bro.
Oh, okay.
Come on, you know most buildings have chimneys.
But we don't.
Check this out. We probably do. Where's Neil at the desk right there? I'm gonna give her some heck for that one right there. Just me there at the desk. But love is the best. So this is why I keep this here. If this got wet, if this got wet, Neil.
No,
wow.
Come on, man.
Then we would have had a problem.
It happens.
I don't know where my. I don't know. Oh, here's my coaster. I think we were using my coaster.
You were using yours.
Yeah. Shout out to Pratt. Thanks for that.
Okay. What were we talking?
Very, very nice. Let's go back to Brendan for Bed Bath & Beyond, and then we can talk a little bit about it, but you guys already know what's good on that. So.
Just bear with us again, guys. The position board not working currently. We've messaged the head of our IT. He's going to come when he has a second, but unfortunately, yeah. If you're interested in being a trader on the floor, you have to be in the GTA, but there's the email to Brankles, way over there. We'll talk about, I mean, you guys touched on BBBY there a little bit. 250 million or 225 million ended up being the offering. They were planning for $1 billion, 800 million still to come over the next 10 months. Yeah, I had this up because that's what we were looking at this morning for Microsoft after the event yesterday. They talked about integrating ChatGPT into Bing and Edge, of course, their browser. So relatively strong, all pre-market, guys, for Microsoft, but it ends up being a bit of a fade here with the market.
I think almost everything ends up being a bit of a fade. We kind of glossed over Alphabet. I know I'm only going to show Alphabet here because I'm still in it, and I want to get to that 100 level. I defended it just like Sean did. If we come to the charts for a second there, if we come to the charts, I defended it multiple times. Look, there's a loss there. Defend the 100 level. Defend 99. That didn't work. And eventually just said, let's just try actually shorting it. So it gets back to 100. Put the short on. It's now making another bounce into the 100 level. He's close enough to it. I'm going to take a shot reloading this position. I might not even wait for 100 if I get 99.75 or something like that. I just feel like it's too good of a level not to look for the shorts. I'm holding out for 98s until I add to this position. I don't want to be scalping in the 98 half range. It's been a bad trend on that news this morning, and until it gets above 100 again, I feel like I want to stay bearish on this. Microsoft, I battle that one as well. Ooh, that's an ugly wick. See, it's not going to seem like much of anything. It's going to be hard to tell because I had a dip buy here when we should have liked 270, and then once it reversed 270, you could see I was long, defending it over and over again, and then it flushed through that 270 level. Probably was good for a reversal. Should have held on to a reverse or put that reversal on. I didn't, and now the key levels are 271, and then the bottom. I think, did you talk about it yet?
Nope.
And then we'll talk about the bottom with Sean, but that 271 looks like resistance on Microsoft. Hard to tell with that wick.
All right, so I don't know how anybody could ever figure out, you know, what a bottom could ever be on a stock. I mean, no one would ever write it on something called a sticky note here that says 267.50. There's no way that someone would write this at 8 o'clock in the morning, but maybe not. I don't know, but unfortunately, you know, whoever writes that should actually take the trade. And I wasn't even here when, I mean, I was here. It was 11:30. We just finished the show, literally doing whatever. I came back and was like, the market had collapsed. So So I was like, oh, okay, where's Microsoft? And then by the time we came back, it was already at this 268.50. So I took one fill, then it fell back into 268. We got another fill, and right now we're trying to do the same thing. But there's that 267.50. But I mean, to call it to the exact penny, sure, whatever, a little bit fluky there. But I mean, first of all, it's still 10 cents away. But the idea here was just playing it back to yesterday's close. So yesterday's close in here, 267. Then I just upped it a little bit to 267.50. So, you know, that just happens to be the bottom. Nothing really technical too much about it at all. If anything, it was really this 269 level that I'm surprised failed in the first place. But look, we started the longs, made good money long here, Microsoft early. Then it fell back in. We tried to defend 272, which was that pre-market level. Now you're coming back down to the downside. But the thing about it is, look what the NASDAQ's doing right now. You're still down 1.5 on the NASDAQ and up on softies. So let's just keep that in. And the thing is, we write this. Thanks for all the nice comments about this, by the way. I think I will get it laminated. When we had COVID, I was over there and I had tons of art on the wall. I've kept it somewhere. I don't know where it is. But anyways, the idea behind the sticky note is to give rough areas, right? And so that's why when you're seeing trades like that, you just want to make sure that you have it there. And now that I got my train of thought back, I'm going to keep Microsoft still as longs, because if we're going to be up today in a down market, even if we finish red on Microsoft, like who knows what the NASDAQ's going to do? If the market's up tomorrow, these are the names you want to go back to, right? It's almost like Google now that you're under $100, for me is forever going to be a short until we get back above 100. So these are little things that like you sort of try to keep in your wheelhouse here heading into tomorrow. So I'm going to remember strength in Microsoft. I'm going to remember weakness here in AMD, and just little things like, although AMD's strong right now, but I'm going to remember some of these levels here. This is how you create sticky notes and trade ideas, is just by thinking about what happened yesterday and then pushing it forward to the next day. If you have news that may change things, but Amazon, do we have Amazon on there? No, we don't.
No.
Like Amazon's a huge stock for me today, and it's all shorts. We've just been short until that last move. We've just been short the whole time. And so it's my #1 stock, and we were short yesterday also, and you can see what happened. And then we were short the day before at 104, the same way. So, stick in your zone and you'll be fine. Unfortunately, as I ramble on, we still don't have our position boards fixed. It's Microsoft long and AMD short and Bed Bath & Beyond short. So we're going to pick up some more Microsoft at this low, hopefully.
All right, we started the day talking about these chip makers being a little bit relatively strong. There was a positive note on AMD and a price target increase from Bank of America in the pre-market. The only other note really as far as, there was Enphase had earnings in this group as well. The only other note though was on Intel with a senior note offering that was filed after the close yesterday. So Intel was a little bit relatively weak. But yeah, here's AMD back to flat after all of these put in really, really nice moves to the upside out of the gate this morning.
Yeah, look, it was a great move to the upside. I did miss out on, I like NVIDIA longs, I like Intel shorts,
like it right
generally
now,
speaking.
maybe.
I've been playing NVIDIA long ever since that initial break where we were trading Tesla. I was dip buying around that 224, 225 area, getting decent $1.50 scalps, but that was when the market was trending to the downside. So as much as it was good, eventually, sometimes you got to reverse, man. Like that was a huge, once it took 224, look at the dump. Now I was kind of sitting in short in a bunch of other names, and maybe I didn't want the reversal there, probably a mistake. But then it ends up supporting 221. That's a level we liked when we were talking about this name in the pre-market. So once it started, it did the over-under move. It holds a consolidation, wicks the bottom, retest, doesn't break that low. Then we start getting the longs in there. I made one slip up by putting a stop trigger in for a third. Didn't need that long. I got pretty lucky in the case that I got to fill up here, and then it just continued to hold the range. We got back to business, going 222 long into 223 half. I eventually trailed it out there at 225 when I put in lower highs, and now I'm back to going long off 223. But this is a very tight range now in I almost said Intel, in NVIDIA. It doesn't seem to want to get back above VWAP, which is not a great sign. The only name I am long right now is NVIDIA, and once this breaks, it's the last short. I mean, I might look at Tesla. 223.22.
Ooh, that's 22. A good one.
You know it's 22. 223.22 because I love the number 22.
That's a good one. We just, right now, and I know Bears vs. Bulls is handling that as well. I just put a new trade on right now. So we still have AMD short, Microsoft long, and Nvidia long. And I did the same mistake pretty much early. We were just going long, and then eventually once it broke this 224, which was its base here, I thought in the morning. Once that broke, there's the reversal that we do not have. And then also the number one name on here was a 220 long for Nvidia, and that only dipped down to 221 and change. But for right now, the idea, who cares about what's happened in the past? It's about what we're looking at moving forward. So right here, we've really stayed upside right now. After all this chat talk and AI talk and everything, I really feel like Nvidia is going to be the biggest benefactor of all of this. The most high performance, that doesn't even make sense. High performance chips that they have should get utilized. The more companies, Alibaba's in the game now today. We know Google, and as more and more server-side companies need to put this stuff into their website, things like that. I'm worried about, not worried, but I'm thinking that the high performance comes from Nvidia chips. So we're going to wait to see if that is the case, but I'm averaging into this one. I actually have a bid down where you're long, 223.30, to get long if it does come into this area right there. So let's see if it's ready to go. I'm not getting a damn thing out until 224.38. So I'm trying to make like at least 70, 80 cents here, because look at the risk to reward, right? That's why we bought it here. Up there is 70 cents. Down here is also 70 cents. So we're in the middle now, but we're trying to get more if we get lower. Nvidia, let's buy the dip, as opposed to being in AMD, which you could, this is why I'm saying AMD was weak. Remember when I said that? AMD down 0.53, and look at this movement to the downside right here, and we're short it right there. So this is a great trade for AMD, but Nvidia is actually up quite nicely on the day. So that's why we'll pick on this one long and the other one short, and hey, maybe we can wind up winning on both.
I was going to mention CRM. We're right back to the downside here for CRM. There was a tweet. Mark Benioff was tweeting about Einstein GPT, which apparently is coming to CRM. So that caused this move during the lunch hour, went up to 172. So even CRM, guys, is getting in on the AI, whatever you want to call it, bandwagon. Tesla, I wanted to revisit this just because I was reading this during lunch as well. Interesting note on California specifically. So now 10% of the total vehicles sold in the state of California are Teslas. The number one then vehicle sold in the state of California currently is the Tesla Model Y. So California was one of the first states to announce that they were going to go all electric. I think it was by 2030, if I'm correct. But I mean, 10% is a big number, guys, for one state.
It is. And guess what just happened in Tesla? Tesla just went and touched 203, a fresh high of the day. It did reverse and putting in lower highs back at 202.50. That's where resistance has been all morning long, like 202.5. So it did touch that 202, that 203, but it is resisting, and maybe it comes back down. I want to look to buy dips in Tesla. It's a pretty strong name. There's always a chance you just did an up and down fail as the market's at those lows. So, well, not at the lows, but the market's at the bottom of the channel. But if we can hold VWAP 200s, I'll go for that. I have one long position. I know the position board's not working, but just Nvidia to the long side. I actually just added a firm. I was talking about shorting that one off the last consolidation. I grabbed that 1639 short, but I'm looking to buy Tesla on the dip into VWAP here. And you know what? If the market tries to break out, there's nothing wrong with just trying to scalp 203 long. Tesla is super strong today. Relative strength at the high of the day as the market is trending lower. That's all you can ask for. I know where the bread is buttered, and that is going long, strong stocks, relatively speaking, and trying to short names that are weak. So on that note, they report tonight, and I've been shorting it pretty much the entire day, right since I shouldn't have been short at 9:30, but I was. And then once I got stopped out, we got back to business, shorting it off, shorting the actual levels on a firm here. I just added as well. But yeah, you have a plan of action, stick to it. Like the second I saw that Apple is getting geared up for their buy now, pay later, I was like, that 1750 level needs to be shorted. If it gets there, I promptly short beneath 17, stop out, short this, and every other peak since I've been short. Don't know what happened here. It's like nothing happened. A bit of data missing in the chart, but every single peak with the exception of this 1650, I just got 39s into the short side, get some out in front of the low of the day, get some out in front of 16 even, and then just see how far this one goes to the downside. So that's a firm. We just talked Tesla. Maybe we take out 203. I don't know, but not many other things are trying to take out the high of the day.
Yeah, so I have a new trade alert as well. So let's hit this siren upside right now. We are working on our position board, by the way. So anybody joining us right now, we did just short again Bed Bath & Beyond. So there's that sort of pop that we were talking about.
No.
We've only been short all day. So short in the pre-market, short again here at 3, short, short, short. All these pops get us short. Short again and out, and then we just had another one right now. So there's Bed Bath & Beyond. We put on another position at 64. Let's see if we can get back in. We'll just scalp this out, man. I don't know if this is going to, you know, really tank today. It's only 105 million shares, which I feel like is a bit light for them. Let's wait to see if there's a move. Now, remember yesterday into the close, I just wanted, so before we get too carried away, we'll talk about more stock here in a minute. But yesterday into the close, we had a very similar bump up there to 320, and then we just faded the rest of the day before ending at 290. So for Bed Bath & Beyond, unfortunately, you know, it's going to have to get going at some point, but I just don't know when that point's going to be. And by the way, right now, NVIDIA back down into the downside right now. So here we go. We just got another long in NVIDIA at 35. We got to watch out for this. We're long right now, 223.42. So new position alert, 223.42 for NVIDIA. We're working on getting our position board back up and running. But right now, we have that long. Let's scalp some out. If we get anywhere back up here, like 60s or 70s, let's take a piece out. But right now, we're going to go long NVIDIA off that bottom. There we go. We're back. We're having some technical difficulties today. Thanks, Brad, for that. As we're just dealing with different... Yeah, we're just dealing with different things right now. So let's watch out for NVIDIA. And then there goes Bed Bath & Beyond. Let's put some bids at 60 now and see if we get filled.
Yes, sir. And I'm close to getting filled on NVIDIA down there. Didn't actually catch it just now, but I'm pretty tight to these levels. Maybe another 15 pennies and I'll get that long. You could easily break this 223 and then we have to get out of Dodge. But it is about the shorts. I'm going to get on the offer. I missed that Bed Bath & Beyond. It didn't quite go up enough to tag me in there. But I do want to go back over, if I can, to Alphabet, because on that last little push to the downside, Alphabet actually caught a bit of a bid here. So maybe it's finding a little more strength. I was waiting for 100, but it feels like if it's going to, maybe I'll just look for this little curl here. I'll go 99, 50, try to get in 50s, give it to like 60, 65, and make it a second trade off of 100. So I'm going to try and get into some more. If we just go a couple of cents up there, yeah, okay, we just got to fill 45s. We'll take it. We'll look for this little peak here, give it about 5 extra cents and take 60s out. I just want to be shorting some pops, and this just gave an opportunity to short the pop in Alphabet. I can tighten the stop up and then go for the 100 if it gets there. It just hasn't been able to get to 100 anyways. Still would like to find a long that isn't necessarily Tesla or NVIDIA, but that's where it's at. Either I want Tesla dipping into VWAP or breaking out 203. Guess which one it feels like wants to come first? Breaking out 203. If that's how it is, I'm here for you, Tesla. Breakouts were good earlier today. There's nothing else that sits around and says I should be taking out the top except for this. I mean, I'm sure there's a small cap somewhere that's making a big move to the upside. If you guys have any small caps you're looking at, I mean, I have a Firm short, AI short, Bed Bath & Beyond short, Alphabet short, and NVIDIA long. And I'm looking for something that might be strong to jump into it. Most of those are just managing positions in the money. What was that?
Yeah, no, I'm just looking because Microsoft just
bro.
came back in. I just want to make sure that we have our stop order ready to go. Yeah, so I'm trying to buy 60s on Microsoft. That's probably a little too frugal there. All right, let's take some right now, and I'll change my 60 and lower it a little bit. We're just going to average in here to that. I'm going to try to work this trade. The market is coming back down. NVIDIA right back into right now, so we're trying to make a little bit off that one, bringing that back in. But we are going to watch out for Microsoft. My stop for Microsoft is this 50 basically, so I'm going to get some more orders out here as we're starting to fall back in right now on softies. So let's watch out here. Here it comes back in. NVIDIA went back into the money and then just cranked lower.
I just got filled.
Yeah, so watch out here. Everything's starting to break a little bit downside right now, which is fine. You know, I think we're well planned for this. If NVIDIA breaks it, that's fine. We still have a nice short here in AMD, which is still 70 cents in the money. So if NVIDIA breaks that shelf, then probably AMD will as well. So let's look for some lower moves here. Okay, nice little tick upside there. Come on, NVIDIA. How far did we get? Because that little bump up right there only got to 52. My average price is 42 right now. So yeah, not great. Let's see if we get a rally. Remember, if my out, this is all about risk to reward. When you're day trading, Who cares about the ideas that you have? Well, first of all, you need an idea, but you got to have an out. So for me, I'm going to get out if it breaks this bottom right here of 223. So that is 40 cents worth of risk. So I'd like to get a piece out up here for 40 cents worth of a win. So we'll see if we can get that first right now. And by the way, Bed Bath & Beyond now back up to 69. I'm going to take another short here as it's starting to get into these levels that I like.
Yeah, I'm actually on the off. Oh, I just got filled in Bed Bath & Beyond myself.
Same.
So I've added to it. My price is 70s on Bed Bath & Beyond. Actually, 69 is my short. I'm looking at that NVIDIA. It's holding 222.60s or so. So on that re-entry, I'm going to look for that same exit point and then see if I can get more out in front of VWAP. We are trending to the downside, so obviously this could get stopped out beneath 223, risking about 25 cents plus slippage, which is just the distance between where your stop order is and where you actually get filled. That's what slippage is. Someone just asked in the chat, it was Renata. Purples are shorts. Greens are all buys, whether it's getting into a position or getting out of a short. Red means we're covering a long position by selling some of that position. So this is me getting back into Bed Bath or adding to my Bed Bath & Beyond. I never actually cleared all these shorts from earlier. If it breaks 280, we'll reassess. But for now, we're back as this pumps to the upside. I like VWAP as well, but I'll wait for 280s. Tesla is getting really close to that 203 break. So don't forget Tesla 203, looking for this to take out the top. Scalp on the first part of it, like the first move. I'll zoom in for you guys. The first move, even if it's like 40, 50 cents, I'll take that first exit point just in case it does that whipsaw action above and beneath. I want to pay myself out and have the ability to buy the dip without holding it, all of it, 50 cents or whatever against me. So looking for Tesla to take off this top at 203. That and NVIDIA, those are the longs I like.
All right, so we have the same orders there. We are still working with, I think Fahad just went to go get our lead there. So hopefully we'll be able to fix that. We do want to give you guys our live positions, obviously. But look what just filled again here to the downside. So I'm a little bit surprised, obviously, here about Microsoft just because of what's happening right now on it. So we just got, we actually just got some more shares here on Microsoft. Our stop order is back down near 40s. So like I said, if we take 50 out, then we're going to get out of Microsoft. And unfortunately, it just continues to make moves downside right now. So Microsoft right now, we're long right here right now. 267.72. I apologize again. Normally our orders are right at the bottom, what our positions are, but right now they're not. So we are working on that. But there's another average in right there. And all we're doing is buying this bottom. So that bottom today, which we already had once and took it out, was right there, 267.50. So we're going to try it again. It coincides with some of these dark pool prints, but I don't really look at those too much. So 267.50 right there. I only look at marketable orders. Those really are not.
Well, sometimes it matters.
Sometimes they will. But all right, so my out is going to be at 40. Let's see if it's worth the risk. So right now, two longs, basically the only two longs, Microsoft and NVIDIA. We like strong names. Let's see if they can continue to go back up to the upside. And AMD right now as well. That continued to go into the downside. And then Bed Bath & Beyond. Well, right now I'm getting worked a little bit back up to the upside.
Oh, come on.
It's not really. I mean, Neil, you know.
That stock for 2 days has been such free money.
We're short 68s. It's at 72s.
Yeah. So just a couple of things here. When you said the dark pool wicks, it's not a coincidence that it's at 267.50 because it's late reporting. Those are actually printing yesterday's close. So sometimes it is a key price. And a lot of times those late reported dark pool prints are at things like previous day's close or highs and lows. Come on, NVIDIA, get going. But I just got that re-entry on Alphabet because we have to keep track this way. And I apologize. It's so much easier for you guys to follow when the position board is up. But I re-entered here with a tight stop on Alphabet, just got out because I want another trade off of the 100 level. So once it gets to 100, I'll go ahead and trade off of that level. Firm looks okay, but I think it's got to, come on, Tesla. It's frustrating because, you could be sitting in the long at Tesla at 202, and maybe that's the better way to play this, but I'm waiting for the 203 to finally break out. I might consider, if it bounces off 202 again, I might try to snag along there and go long into the break, which is always a heck of a lot more fun than sitting around staring and waiting for the break. Because if it doesn't happen, you're just kind of peed off that it didn't go. So we'll see. I mean, Tesla doesn't want to go. It doesn't want to go. I'll have to go back over to Alphabet because that 100 level, if it comes in, I know I want that short. A firm never filled me on the bid. and C3AI never actually ran me over. Go figure.
That's a win.
But it didn't actually come back to VWAP, so it did bounce. Now I'm missing even more. I don't know. I rolled back to the old version as well,
Me
but
too.
yeah, so all of a sudden I'm missing stuff. That's kind of annoying. The new version, no problems like that, but if we get VWAP, I'll roll back into it. As a matter of fact, I might just add here in front of 26 because the stock has been relatively weak. I know it was strong. Now all of a sudden, it's relative weakness after the failed breakout. It's up 5%, but failed break, lower highs, 26.5. I think it's trending to the downside.
All right, so right there, we did have a good idea. Temporarily, it seems like. NVIDIA, just broke 223. So again, we are going to be responsible with our trades there and get out once it breaks that 223 level and not really look back. I'm now wondering if it's a short. Microsoft, we took out, I was just going to show you, now the market's breaking lower, but there's Microsoft. We got some out for a profit, then we dump it out for an L. So we are lost right now on Microsoft as it just went down. So we broke out on NVIDIA downside and we broke Microsoft downside. Now, guys, I'm thinking NVIDIA is just a short here. But remember, we're not even in power hour yet. Like, it's only 240.
Yeah, we got.
So let's not get like too carried away here with like what we're doing because, you know, this market is not over one way or the other here. There's still a lot left in this day. I'm going to go short now, NVIDIA, and I'm just going to go against this, you know, these levels that we were just talking about right there. 223, like 223.40, where we never really got going past there. So I'm going to go short now in NVIDIA. There it is. So now we're short 85s in the money 10 cents. There it is, 15 cents. Let's get this a little bit lower. Do we have a target for this? I mean, we've been down here before today. That's 50. Let's take, okay, well, wow, that happened real quick. Let's take a 53. There it is, right? Look how easy it is right there. So we'll stack up some more cash there on NVIDIA. Although we lost going long there, look how easy that comes in for the short. So we were long at, what was it, 43, I think, and we got out on that break, so we lose about 50 cents with slippage. We just took 35 cents back right there. If this continues to fall, we're going to have a good one on our hands here for NVIDIA, I think. Let's see how far we can go. Next target. I mean, do we want to put a bid at 222 and take a buck? I think we'll do that. Let's try that, and then we'll wait for this very bottom of 221.50.
Yeah, and I just re-entered Alphabet's heading to the downside. We'd re-entered that one. I just re-entered Affirm as well. Bed Bath & Beyond also at VWAP, so a lot of shorts just came in. Affirm just got back down to 1620. That's the reload we had in the 30 range. Actually, we got 40s in there, and we'll take 16 even if it wants to go. As I said, C3AI and Bed Bath & Beyond were also reloads. Bed Bath & Beyond it's just right at VWAP here and starting to curl. See VWAP? Every now and then, like, you have an indicator that it's just a lot of fun when it ends up working out. But as it comes back to the downside, unless you put bids, you don't get fills. A wise person once told me that, and I forget who they were. I'm kidding. It's just an obvious thing in the market. So we'll see what happens. I did get back into Alphabet as well to the short side. So did the over-under and did not get to 100. So, you know, we had to accept grabbing it in the 60s. Like I said, if you don't put bids, you don't get fills. So I'll take some out in front of quarters, and I'll just go back to shorting the pops. That's what's been working today.
Yes, sir.
I know it's not as fun. When the market's screaming and the Fed and Powell does everything for us, and you're like, yeah, let's go, Jay Powell. I know it's sometimes more fun when you're winning the long side, but other times you just want to be short. Short Affirm, short AI, short Bed Bath & Beyond, short Google. I still want to try a long in Tesla because it's one of the only things above VWAP right now. So if I get 200s, I'll take a long.
So for you home gamers right now,
Still
right?
not down.
It's still not updated, but look what we just did right now. Spin it. We just took 80 cents right there on NVIDIA. So it just went down to 222. We got I don't know if it was 80. We got 222.10s. So whatever that math is right there, we're short at 222.85. Our first bid was 50. Our next bid right there, 222.10. So we only have a third left now of this. So we took a third out for 30 cents, then the third out for 70 cents. And remember, we only lost 40 there on the drop. So we could still end up losing on this trade, but let's still short this name until we're wrong. And by the way, AMD as well, slap a fail on that one. I feel like Jim Cramer here, just hitting all these things back and forth. Hopefully we make some calls like him. Down there, look where AMD just went to. By the way, we're short up here at 86.04. So we're short $1 in the money right now on AMD. Let's see if we can keep that momentum going right now to the downside. So we're short AMD, we're short NVIDIA. And then the last trade is Bed Bath and beyond. We actually let this thing fall down a little bit. It went all the way up to 72, and we just got a 67 bid. So my average price is only 69 right now on Bed Bath & Beyond after all of these averages, including these. Still good, but we're going to wait to see if it comes back down in 264 and then 62. So we have a lot more to go here on Bed Bath & Beyond as we look to get this name a little bit lower. For me, I'm looking for that last second flush like we had last night.
Right at the end of the day.
Right into the end of the day. Yeah. So let's see if the imbalances can help us out. Remember, we're always looking at the market on close imbalances, right? So right now, there's nothing, but these are going to, light up here at 350. So we're getting ready to rock and roll, and we still are working on our position board. I want to thank everybody for sort of lasting with us right now. We normally have our positions at the bottom, so thank you for hitting the like button and for your patience as we go. I'm short AMD 8604 and short NVIDIA right here at 223. So those are my current positions, and then of course Bed Bath & Beyond there at 269er.
There you go. You didn't seem that excited about 69 being a good price, but okay. I thought it was a good one over there. But look, it's all shorts right now. We'll let you know if we get a long position because, quite frankly, I don't think there's any of them that look that good. I can't find anything that isn't Tesla. And I want to go, there's a couple of questions from Henry in the chat here. Is the banner "We're hiring traders" applicable to U.S. residents? So at Day Trade the World, which is the prop floor that we're on, unfortunately, we don't operate, or Day Trade the World does not operate in the United States, so you cannot be a trader with Day Trade the World in the U.S., unfortunately. It sucks, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you something that's not true just to make you happy. That's how we roll. It sucks. But if you are anywhere else, I mean, there's how many offices? A couple of hundred offices throughout the world, so just go to the website if you are interested, unless you're in the United States. That sucks. But it's the truth, and we got to be able to tell the truth when that's the case. Come on, Tesla. Not that I need to have a long position on. I'm going to cancel this breakout at the high because we're not breaking the high. Incoming 200. So we just got to 201. 200 precedes that. So I think that's the next little bit of a dip. And one name is there for a reload. Well, two names, sorry. Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm going to reload this one as it's coming back up to VWAP. And Google. I'm very close to reloading Alphabet as well as it creeps closer to that $100 level. I just want to get something out in front of VWAP. Going to keep in mind, with Bed Bath & Beyond, it's short sell restricted because it's down, well, it's down 10% today, but down way more than that yesterday. So that means you need an uptick to go short. That's why you'll see on the way up, you're taking positions, because on the way back down, it's actually hard to get into position on the way down. You really need to catch it on that uptick to be able to take advantage of it. I know that's not really pretty or fun for anybody that's long the stock. I get it, but it's just been a good short. That is what it is. So.
Yeah, you know who report? It doesn't Disney report in the next couple of days?
Tonight.
Or is it tonight?
Tomorrow morning?
Okay, yeah, so.
Tonight.
So yeah, either way before trading tomorrow. Yeah. Disney's been on, I don't know if it's been on this Netflix run or what, but like I was just looking at the daily chart because I knew they reported. I wasn't sure if it was today or tomorrow, like before tomorrow's open or tonight or after tomorrow. So the fact that it is going into tomorrow, look at this stock straight up to the upside, man. You basically closed that gap from the last earnings all the way back down to 100, and now you've retaken it back upside again. So we had that Bob Iger news and everything switching over. Now you have the Netflix password sharing. Obviously, Disney's going to talk about tonight their streaming, and they had already said that they're not going to be profitable until at least, I'm just keep looking over here at Bed Bath & Beyond, making sure it doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, we do have a stop order anyways, upside. So 115, just looking at this level, we keep on leveling off from there. So this is going to be an interesting level tonight and into earnings, what happens. So that's the daily chart right there. But look what's happening right now. You're pulling back in on Disney, and we're below right now the 200 period on the 1 minute chart, which I like to look at. So Disney's starting to make some more lows. Watch out for a 111 break. It wasn't much going on here last time, but this could be something heading into earnings, right? And so let's just see what happens here with Disney. Looks like it could be a good trade breaking back down below 111 right now. If you do go below there, these wicks like right down to there that we sort of went to before were 75s. You know, so, and right there too, that bottom that just was made at noon is also 70. So if you're going to go short on this, I think that makes sense because back up here is 37 and your sort of target would be 70. So you're giving yourselves 1-to-1 about 30 cents here. So, you know, watch out for that Disney breaking back down below. I don't mind that trade at all. So that's something to look at here if you're looking for something. Or if you like the long, you take the same risk, man. You could take the long back up here into VWAP, into the 200 period, and then using this 70 as possibly your out. So a couple different trade ideas right there. And just so you guys, unfortunately it's not loaded up yet. We're still short AMD. We're $1.10 in the money on this one as that's trying to break lower, and I have no plans on getting out of that one ever. And then also right now, wow, hit the banger on this one. NVIDIA, this is also $1.15 now in the money. So wow, we were long there, switched the basically, I was going to say flip the script, switch it up, get to the downside, and look where we are right now. We are now $1.10, $1.20 in the money on this trade. But the interesting thing about this one is you just came right back into these lower levels. So let's just see if the market wants to break, man. It's been a huge move up for the NASDAQ over the last couple of days. Maybe we break lower right now. Let's hold on to NVIDIA for the dream. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. And that's about it for now. Maybe I'll try to find some longs. But I just think this market, you know, it's almost down 2%. Let's hold the shorts into the close.
It's a little weak. The market's a little weak, so we're going for the short side of the trade. It is what it is. The low of the day on a firm is not just today's low. I'm putting up my 15 minutes so you get a better look at the, look at the price action yesterday. That just told you the top. There's your bottom. You have effectively the exact same high of the day as yesterday on a firm and precisely the same low of the day, 1610. It's not rocket science. I'm going to get another leg out at the actual low, and then if it breaks the low of the day, I'm going to try to get more shares at some point. Ooh, I just saw something on Bed Bath & Beyond. I want to quickly show you guys a level 2. Come on, Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't see, usually this goes automatically, but where is it? Yeah, this seems like a lot on the bid. Oh no, 200,000 at 69, 100,000 at 68. However, it's done 110 million shares. So it's a bit of a stack bid as it's trying to go back up to VWAP here. But those, you'll see those kind of lots get taken out. So you always want to have in mind relative size and liquidity on a stock. 110 million is actually not a lot given how much this traded and given the price. So they just but the second I go to the chart, it just chewed through that 200,000 order on the bid, and it's going through the 100,000 at 68. I've been getting 67s out, but I'm going to wait till the low 60s for my next leg out on Bed Bath & Beyond. Do not get enamored with size or whatever you see on the bid or the offer on a stock like this because it's irrelevant. If it's 1 million shares, I might get a little more interested in respecting it, but yeah, I really don't care too much about a couple 100,000 either way. Didn't really scare me. I'm still on the offer looking for 72s, but you need the uptick. It has to actually come up there and tick me to get that reload. We are scalping the wins on that one. And as I said, I was able to get some out of a firm at the low of the day. And C3AI, I just reloaded. I'm going to my 15-minute because that one's missing data. This one is not. So my 15-minute, most of the good shorts were up here at 26.5, but I'm reloading this off the lower highs. I'll give it to 26.25. Looking for the low of the day as well on C3AI.
All right. If there's any stocks you guys want us to look at, and just for you Bears versus Bulls, short AMD 8604, short Bed Bath & Beyond right here at 68 right now, and then short NVIDIA at 222.85. So yeah, a couple different trades we've got on board right now in all this. So that's what we're looking at right here. And then I just wanted to, I know Neil just talked about Bed Bath & Beyond, but my out, just because we got to have outs, is up here near 80. So we'll watch to see if it can spike back up to the upside right there, but that is my target for an out there on Bed Bath & Beyond.
It's gonna tank right
you guys want to look at Apple? Okay. I also saw Uber in there, so we'll look at Uber in a minute as well. But yeah, for right now, we're just going to hold on to these shorts, see if it comes in. Oh man, we have a bad wick there. It's going to be hard for me to look at Apple. What is that, at 315? So let me just go edit this right now. So 1315 right there. See, it shows this low of 141, but it's actually 151.86. So we'll push like that, fix the chart up, and have a look. Okay, so actually this doesn't look so bad. So Apple right here at this level of 152.25. I think we could break longer through here. You're above the 50 period. The 3-minute, I got to clean that up as well. Not so bad. Let's just zoom this out. Where have we been today, more importantly, maybe, in all of this? Yeah, we're kind of right back to the lows. It looks like we're trying to take this out. I'm going to do some more work for you on this because I don't mind Apple down here. The problem is, I don't know if yeah, it looks good. 153 is way better. Like if we can get up to 153, that's probably a better break long. But the thing is like I was just saying, short NVIDIA, short AMD, going to be hard to go long Apple in that environment. Okay, here we go. Now the tank is on. So let's go. Bed Bath & Beyond. Let's see if we can't get this to fail even a little bit lower here. Jam. Back down in. We're going to take another 63 fill. I only got 65 there. I'm not even on the bid right now.
63 just filled.
Did it? Okay, good. I didn't get any. So we're going to wait for 63s to fill up now, again on the downside. But yeah, here we go. We're in this name. Let's see where we can go now on Bed Bath & Beyond. Hopefully doesn't go too far beyond and just keeps on sinking back in right now. So Bed Bath & Beyond, we're short.
Beyond the low of the day would be
Beyond
nice.
The low of the day, right. I always think of Beyond as like to infinity and beyond, you know?
I
but,
still can't get my daughter to watch
what
the
do we
new
say
Buzz
to go
Lightyear.
down? I mean, I know we want it to tank, but I just sort of want it to drift. Okay, tank would
Flush.
be good. Flush is a good word.
Capitulate. Defecate all over itself.
Defecate's a bit hard, but I like it.
That's my favorite for a tanking stock. It's like defecating all over itself. That's my line.
Okay.
I mean, it's gross, but I get you. It's gross.
I got you on that. Yeah.
What do you guys think?
So anyways, I'm just waiting. So we just missed it there. We missed it at 63, so I would have put a 64 bid.
Well, that's, by the way, on a $2 stock, we use passive orders to kind of, you want to capture that spread.
Yeah, you don't want to punch in because then you pay half a cent.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it matters. The cheaper the stock, it actually ends up mattering sometimes on those pennies. Like you don't care about 1 cent on Apple, but you care about 1 cent on some of these other names. Speaking of that, Google's starting to come back up, Alphabet. So I'm going to get back on the schneid, back on the offer, and see if we can't short the pops. And Alphabet, as that goes up, I did get C3 AI and mention that one to you. Tesla, man, did you? Oh, come on, Tesla.
I didn't do anything with Tesla.
240 cents. That's why I didn't get picked up there. But once it bounced back above 201, I kind of just canceled my dip buy because the 200 dip just happened. So if you miss a fill here on that flush, well, you don't want to necessarily just blindly throw it back in there after it consolidates and drips lower. Like you want to see where it settles out this time because I feel like that scalp trade for $1 I missed out, quite frankly, because we prefer the shorts. So I had one bid sitting out there on Tesla. It wasn't nearly aggressive enough, so I don't pick it up. And that's how it's going to be, and I really don't care. As far as I'm concerned, you should be particular about your price as a day trader, which I'm doing on Google, but I don't want to do too much. I'll slip 4 cents lower than I was
to grab. That trades are too much.
So I just grabbed another short on Google. I'm laughing because they're testing stuff with the green screen, and Mark had like a dummy person set up whose head just fell off.
Thank God it was a dummy person, not Fahad's head. Where is that guy anyways? We love to get that position board working for you, and I do apologize to everybody. I want to thank Bears vs. Bulls who continues to put them in the chat. This would be one of those great ideas to get people to subscribe because the only way you could view our positions would then be in the chat, right?
Well, we don't want it that way.
I know. And I do want to give a big shout out to Pratt. He's working with, it's called Streamlabs, I think, right? To get some new features in live for you guys as we're trading. You know, subscribe things, super chats, things like that are coming in. We're working on getting those posted
Durant
for
to
you
the Lakers
as well.
No.
So
stop making stuff up about the NBA in the chat because I'll believe it when you put it in there.
What happened?
Someone in the chat, John Womack, just said Durant to the Lakers ? That makes no sense to me. Because
no, that's not. I get
don't
all the
see
updates.
how they could never swing that. It doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah. I get all the updates.
Who would they possibly trade to get that? It doesn't make any sense. Great if they did, but it's not.
Got an update from UberX. It's saying become a member of UberX, save 20%.
Oh, Uber. That's
Uber is another name there. So that's the other thing they're reporting.
Uber. I had you, Uber. I was long. I had 2 levels on Uber. One of them was all about.
Uber.
Like we took the 37 at the open and tried to hold out. We got out. Then we loaded up, got a couple of good scalp trades off of the 35 level. It wicked me out, but then I jumped right back in, played 35 to 36, and got out. And now it's just been trending back to the upside. But don't forget, 37 is now resistance on Uber. Like it was support in the pre-market. Now it's your resistance level. I'm not going to go long Uber up here. At this point, it has to clear out 37 and give me the top end. Give me a move to the top end of the range, which would have to clear that 37. Unfortunately, we'll see what happens. But now all of a sudden, there's just random ridiculous trade talk going in there because Obviously, the Durant thing was not real either, so I'm not going to read any of your fake news on NBA trades, but our ears are to the ground. I'm kind of curious to see what the next shoe to drop is in the NBA, because once Kyrie moved, more to happen, especially the Raptors. We're concerned about what the Raptors do next. I feel like they have to do something.
They will. Okay, so here we go back down to the downside. All right, so we did pretty good there on Bed Bath & Beyond again. We didn't short the second time, but here we go. Now we're getting filled, so yes, sir. Here comes Bed Bath & Beyond right back in as we once again take some more executions on this name as it's going back down in. So there comes Bed Bath & Beyond. We have reloaded the short, and obviously we're in that right now, looking to make a little bit of cash on this. And there it is, man. We just got it. I thought we got a 62 there. Did we? Yeah, we did. We got a 63 or no, we only got a 63. So we didn't get a 62, but at least we got a 63. As we're starting to get some more out, I'm going to put another 63 there. Look, I'm going for lower still, man. I mean, I don't think that Bed Bath & Beyond is done going down.
Low of the day is 50-something.
Yeah, and I don't want to keep talking about the same names here over and over again, but I mean, we're still in this NVIDIA short. And then you guys wanted to look at Disney. So Disney has an implied move right now of, I closed that website there for earnings, but it's 6%. I want to thank, I think it was Mike, I'm not sure who it was there in the chat. Matt, it was Matt. What's up, Matt Carnes there? Brought up Disney's implied move. So I was just talking about it going long off 111. So it looks like if you chose, I mean, you could have either gone short if it broke or taken that long off 111 there. So for right now, 111.03 is a good little price right there as that bottom, but now you're making a move back up. It was 6% implied move. So if that's the case, you know, you're going to have a big, you know, being flat on the day doesn't make any sense. This thing is going to move after hours. It makes sense that it does. Travel's big right now. Okay, now the market's starting to come down a little bit here off of the 50 period. Hopefully, as I see NVIDIA starting to go back down. So let's see if this market wants to hold this 12,500 down here or at least retest it. That's what I'm thinking now into the close.
Looks
it's
like
now
5%.
Power hour. And, you have it on
looks
there.
like 5% for Disney.
5% for Disney. Okay, Matt was saying 6.5. But
well, it's a moving target.
yeah, it's a moving target, so that's good. All right, Brendan over there, what's happening now?
Yeah, grinding along the lows as we head into the final hour of the afternoon. Hope everyone is doing well. Make sure you take a second, guys, hit the like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Here's how things are shaping up with 60 minutes to go here. 0.98 right now. We're still, as I mentioned, chopping around that same level. 1% for the S&P, 0.5% for the Dow. The Russell 1.5%, and 1% for the 3,000 there. NASDAQ Composite and the 100 have been leading all day. 1.6, 1.75 to the downside. Some big movers from the watch list this morning. Uber, Microsoft, and Alphabet all discussed thoroughly pre-market this morning. Make sure you're with us every single day in the pre-market for that. Another one coming up after the close tonight. Just bounced off day lows here. Affirm, guys, down 5.5 into earnings for Affirm as well.
Get out of here.
Impossible.
Affirm going to the down. That is, it's just, it can't be happening. It's not happening.
Affirm never goes down. That has to be a bad report. We got to check out.
It's clearly a bad report. As a matter of fact,
again, we're all tongue in cheek here.
We are being tongue in cheek. And Affirm is making a bit of a curl. Ooh, curl means add to short.
First of all, someone just gifted some memberships.
So I actually just got, I added to Affirm here. Every single peak, I'm kind of draw a trend line. You can imagine it there. Every single curl we're adding to our short position. I just took more of Affirm. Let's go to the low of the day again. What was that, sorry?
No, I didn't mean to interrupt. There's a gifted membership there. Thank you so much to Sage Mark right now. Thank you so much for that. Always nice. If you guys become a member, it's $5 a month, and it just goes to support everything that we're doing and helping us create magical moments like Rob over at the green screen right now. So, we're getting all that fixed out. And as you saw earlier, we had various things happening. We also have the Discord server up and working right now. It's been going for a while. You could put in your trades there. We'll try to analyze that. There is some talk on that. Prad's going to
I'd like to
give
do
us
that
a little bit of a write-up right now on Discord and why you need to become a member. Again, when we're off air, there's no other way to sort of get a hold of our team there. So check it out. Shout out to Blind Jedi as well, sort of the admin there behind the Discord. So I want to thank everybody for that. Again, absolutely, completely for free. So we'll go over there. We'll talk about some of the trades and free. free 15, free 99 or whatever,
Free
as they
99,
say.
that's the
Right there, back on our Discord. And all right, Bed Bath & Beyond is what it is. Look at NVIDIA right now. Let's go to the moon. I don't know why we do this one, but there goes NVIDIA taking out right now that bottom. Remember, it was positive. It ain't no more. We're now in the money at $1.55. So here we go, man. NVIDIA, we took the long, it broke 223, we went short, that was 40 cents worth of risk. Now NVIDIA's falling all over itself. We're short at 223, it's gonna break 221. When we zoom this back out a little bit, look, it's right at these levels, let's go. We're thinking short. Also, just to match with the theme right now, AMD is still short right now. We're still short 86, it's at 84.70. We've been short AMD all day here into that. Again, this AI stuff, I believe a little bit overblown, although look, we still like Microsoft, we still like all these names, but as a day trader, we're taking advantage of some of this volatility. Not only that, we still do have Bed Bath & Beyond. We reloaded some of these shorts. Our first short was in the morning, of course, here, 315, 333, all these shorts, shorting every pop back in here for Bed Bath & Beyond. So far so good. As we're heading into power hour now, it's 3:05. We have three. Yeah. Now there goes NVIDIA right now. It just did break that 221. Now we're $2 in the money. We'll slap a fail on it. So far so good here with these shorts into the close. That was the idea. I hope you're short with me.
Yeah, all the shorts are working. Google just got on the bid 99.40s. A firm which we just reloaded. Like I pulled up a firm. It's like, oh, there's another pop in a firm. Okay, we'll short that pop, and then it's right back to the low of the day. So that's what it's doing because, quite frankly, that's just how it rolls. Bed Bath & Beyond. So by the way, there's a buyer, and you can't. It's at 260. Oh, I was about to tell you that regardless of how much size was on the bid at 262, it was not breaking that level. The second I was teed up to mention it again, it broke. I got the fill at 62. I got the fill at 60s. I'm going to continue to sit on the offer. Every pop, we're shorting on this stock. Oh, and a lot of other things we're shorting pops. But here is 200 on Tesla. That was your chance at the bounce. I missed it because I wasn't actually sitting tight enough to the 200 level. I'm not going to take it now. The market is breaking low. There's not enough strength. That was the bounce here. We missed it. So we're going to hang with the shorts. The shorts are what are working. Hang on to them and pay yourself out along the way. But you want to find places to re-enter short trades as opposed to give them up. Someone just said Carvana's moving. I'll bite. If something's moving to the upside, it's exciting. I don't know why I assumed Carvana's going up. No, it's not. That's also pretty weak as well. Yeah, there's not much running, to be honest with you guys. I know it's not that fun to sit there and celebrate short trades, but hey, winning trades are winning trades. If CVNA wants to squeeze, I have no issues. I'd take a breakout if the volume was there, but I'm just not seeing anything. Hold on to your shorts, hold on to your butts, rinse and repeat, do that good stuff. And I want to go back over to one name that we neglected. Brendan mentioned Netflix right at the beginning of the afternoon show, and we kind of ignored it a little bit, and then it did break out of 364, and it's actually holding higher here. So it's a little bit whipsaw action, but this is a relatively strong name. It's still green on the day. If the market goes back and starts breaking off of these lows, put Netflix in the bucket that could run going into the close here. It's a little whipsaw action. I'd like to see it maybe hold 365 and break back out, or get down to VWAP and hold it. But there's at least something there for a long trade, which is more than I can say for half the names I'm looking at.
Yeah, you're right about that one. Okay, so just trying to manage everything here a little bit. I was, by the way, Bed Bath & Beyond went to, I don't know if it went to 60 or not. But
It did.
You got a fill?
I got a fill.
Okay, so I'm right now bidding 62 to get some more out, and I have a 61 fill. There we go. Okay, now, all right, so we just got double filled there at 62. So that was good. I put on two different gateways. They all basically filled. Let's see if this ARCA wants to hold this right now at 262. I'm also bidding 261. Good fill there by Neil down there. We're going to see if we can get more. And then after that, man, I'm just going to put a bid right now. I just don't want to miss it. Like, I'm not watching everything, so we'll put a 56 out there as well. All I'm trying to do is just get into some of these prices, right? I have a 53 down there. My best fill on the day is 54. And again, if you're talking about sticky note, Bed Bath & Beyond is right on here, going short only. That's all that we talked about, short until it breaks. So yeah, nice upside move, or downside, sorry, for Bed Bath & Beyond right now and continuing. My concern with this trade is, and I mean, if money's a concern, then this isn't one of them. It's just about where to get out. We're now 250 now, in the money here on this trade. So yeah, like I don't know. We're still tanking down. Sorry, 225 in the money. I was looking at this 221.50 area to get out, but again, like. I don't know. I don't actually have a problem celebrating short wins, and I know it goes against.
It's just more fun the other way.
Yeah, we'd like to have longs, but I know there's a lot of
way.
our viewers, though, Neil, also as we know, that are hella short right now. So you finally get something to cheer for if you've been on the short side right now. The NASDAQ finally. NASDAQ was actually yesterday up exactly 1.9%. So that means you're right back to yesterday's open here on the NQs. So watch out for this move back down. We could bounce off the NASDAQ right now. Here is the 60-minute chart. So look where we're right back into. Remember earlier today we said look out for 12,500. Well, guess what, man? Alert, alert, alert. We just came back to 12,500. I was like, is that possible? There it is. Let's see right now. This is where we wanted to start to get some longs in there. So maybe this is a good spot to start to cover some of this as we're right back to where we were yesterday. I just don't know, man. Like, we are really short now. We're short AMD, $1.40 in the money, and NVIDIA is still bleeding downside right now. So although I'd like to put on some longs now, to me, it doesn't look like it makes any sense. Well, I mean, you can always find strength. I mean, you go over to his name like Microsoft that we know can bounce.
Okay, Tesla's trying to bounce.
And it's just, Tesla's another good name for strength, man. 266 though? Ugh, Microsoft, what you got, homie?
Tesla just bounced off 199.5.
That's right there.
199.5 was a level this morning. I only know that because I was long off 199.5. That's why I reversed early. There was support there before. It kind of had a bit of a pullback into it. You know what?
What are you thinking?
I like it. We'll risk about 40 cents on this bad boy if I can. Fill me on. There you go. Ooh, I was passive on the bid too. There's pretty much no need to do that. I just wanted something where I like the risk to reward, and Tesla was a dip buy I was looking for. We'll see. If it checks up here, I think it creeps back above VWAP, and then you're looking at 201s. So risking, I keep forgetting you guys don't have the position board. 199.83 was my fill. So when I said risk about 40 cents or so, put my stop just beneath 199.50, and then we're risking about that 40 cents. It gets back above VWAP, and then we're better than 1-to-1 at that point above VWAP. So I'll get an offer out in front because you have to have an offer to get out when you're long. I say that to myself, you're supposed to put offers out when you get into position.
I like that.
And the reason you do that is because I could be sitting there talking to you guys and looking at something else. Oh, yeah, I have my stop in. And then Tesla can do this. Shoot up 50 pennies to a price you want, come right back down, and then you missed your opportunity. So I always want to have an order out. If I know I have a take profit target, I want to make sure I have that one out. Now that I've done that, I can go back to affirm because it's starting to pop again. So I don't know where it's going to go. If it comes to 1630, I'll short there. If it breaks the low of the day is 1607 on a firm. I'm going to go back and zoom out here. If it breaks the low of the day, it's already through yesterday's bottom. I think I'll just go short 16 even on a break. So if 16 even goes on a firm, I'm going short. That's the first time I'll actually take a break down trade as opposed to shorting the pops. But there's enough time in the day that I should take it. Yesterday, I did not take the break of $3 on Bed Bath & Beyond. That was a mistake. So, if I see a good breakdown that I like, I'll go for it here on a firm. Been shorting the pops. If I get a pop, great. If we don't, then we'll short it the other way. Speaking of shorts, just to go back to Alphabet, I am trying to get more here in the 99.70 range. Now I have to zoom back in. But it is now trying to crack 99 even. I have a bid in front of 98.50. Ever since this made the low at 98.50 has been higher low support. So I want to be out in front of that, respecting the relative strength that it had at that price. Google's down 8%. I'm a little skeptical that it wants to go 10% this late in the session. So I'm going to go for taking this out when it presents me with that dollar in front of support.
You're skeptical, eh? All right. I'm pretty skeptical, too, of all of these moves right now. But that's the problem is I don't know, I'm really tempted because of where we are in the futures as we go back. I mean, you could just, let me see if I pull the 3-minute chart from right here, back down in. So, we're right here, right now, like just thinking about what it wants to do at 12,500. So, man, let's wait to see. This, again, is a 3-minute chart. We can probably drop this to a 15, and you can see the level that I'm really talking about. What just happened there? Oh, we got Bed Bath & Beyond shares again. Right here, look, 12,500. This is yesterday. So let's just see if we can hold that level. We're coming right back in. Huge drop down today, to be honest with you. It's a nice flush from anybody that was really excited about the last couple days. Right now, we turned that guy over around. Neil turned that over to a bear a while ago, and you're starting to see that sort of
I didn't
pan
jinx
out
it
right now. But okay, new position alert. I know you don't have my positions up, but we do have Microsoft right now. So I was just testing Microsoft. I'm going to be in it. I am in it. We're long right now, right here, right now, because that was that stupid song. 267 has been the high. So I'm going to take this into this bottom, which is 266.50. We take that down, and we gone on that stock. So any sort of a downside move here for Microsoft, we're going to be out. We will average it in one more time. Now that I see that that actually broke 50 before, I have to change my price because I put it at 50 break. It should be at a 40 break because that's 45 there. So let's break it down to 40. But we're going to try it. We're going to try the long one more time here in Microsoft and just see if it holds. So we're long right now. We're averaging back in. If we get back into the 60s, we're going longer. But here we go. Let's see if we get a little bit of a rally back. My out for NVIDIA, by the way, 221.10. So we'll see if that can come through. As right now, Bed Bath & Beyond also, man, it's just at that 60 mark right now. So that's a good trade short as well.
Yeah, we got some out at VWAP up on Tesla, and then it just goes right above again, does the over-under thing. So it's consolidating down here. I'll try a reload just to see if we get sideways action for a bit and then break off the bottoms. I want to be able to rinse and repeat. But before we go to Brennan, very quickly, Netflix is stronger. So I got to find longs in Netflix. I was saying maybe it gets above and holds 365. It looks like it's doing that right now. So let's go to Brendo, and I'll try to get some Netflix.
More AI tweeting going on. Remark Holdings, if you remember this from back in the pandemic, this was a big squeeze stock, mark on the NASDAQ. Just popping up here, Remark AI, generative AI platform being tweeted about by the company right now. So a bit of a pop there.
All right.
Like, it's at the point now, there's too many of these to keep track of.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
There's AI, there's C3 AI, there's the AI, there's the big cap AI names. Come on, give me a dip so I'm not looking at a 66 break on Netflix, which I don't mind. I'll take the break out of the consolidation too. So I'm just going to get an order for the break on Netflix, get locked and loaded. I'll take the dip buy to 65. I'll take the break at 66, but every breakout trade is an initial scalp trade for me. Like, get the momentum up. And the first move, wherever it terminates, whether it's a $0.50 or the dollar, look for that initial out, then hold to the high of the day, which sits at 367.50. I'm not in it yet. I have a bid at 55. I've got a stop order just above 66 to go long on the break. I am long Tesla, however. And ooh, Google's starting to hold 99. I'm short at 99.64 actually. So if it starts bouncing off 99, I might take that one out too.
So remember where our stop is on Microsoft? So we just took 35 cents there up to 13. So we were long at 80s, out 13, sorry. 80s out 13, the mass is 33 cents, so that's going to fit pretty good down there. It wasn't even a math thing, I just let it go all the way to the upside. It actually got as high as 20 there. And then when it fell back down, I took a little piece. Now it's starting to come back, so it's a good thing we never got stopped out, obviously, of our trade rate here on NVIDIA, but almost got stopped out. That went to 221.06 before falling back downside. So it looks like we had the right price there. Still $2 in the money on NVIDIA. So we're short NVIDIA, 222.80. We are also short Microsoft, long Microsoft, 266.79 right now. This is really confusing, as I'm guessing we're not going to get the position board fixed.
We're not used to it. We're so used to you guys just being able to see it.
That sucks.
So,
Here's Bed Bath & Beyond. Wow. So we are still short Bed Bath & Beyond. Now we've actually got a bet. I mean, our price is still fine. We're short 69 here. That was that last fill. So we're still short 69. Look at all these outs as we came back in. I don't know if it's going to flush or not, but now let's hold. I'm bidding one last piece here at 60. Hopefully it fills up and we'll be able to get a piece out there at 60. There's a lot of dark pool fills happening, man. So you got to watch out for that. Most of the trades are happening in between the bid and the offer. So there are a lot of dark pool prints happening right now in Bed Bath & Beyond. So just be careful with that. If you're wondering if you're not getting filled, it does take a second. Just because it's at 60, like I'm bidding 60 now, doesn't mean I'm going to get filled. You got to wait for it to most of the time break through, because anything that's green is off the ask. Red is off the bid, but all these blues are all in between. Look, those are all half prints, and they're all coming with Ds, which is dark pools, right? So for those of you that are a little skeptical or anything of dark pools, I mean, there you go. It's part of the reason right here. There are a lot of prints going off right now, even as we speak on Bed Bath & Beyond.
Exactly, and good look there, Sean. I got to remember to tell you guys everything. So I did get the 66 break on Netflix. You didn't see it pop in because position board's not working. Oh, give me a break. It just did the up-down thing. So the second I got filled at 366 half, we're like, okay, we'll scalp the first bid out. I immediately put a stop just beneath break even in case it did the whole fake breakout thing, which is exactly what it did. Now I'll look back for the dip trade. I still want to be net long this overall. I'm not really looking shorts on Netflix. So let's go back to support at 364.50, right around that 65 level, and then we'll wait for that for the next long. The breakouts I don't like as much as dip buys. I like the dip buys off support, but that break was okay. It went to $0.50 like we thought it might, and then a bit of a reversal. If it reclaims 66, I might just jump right back into the long, which I was looking to do in Tesla, by the way. Okay, wow, that's crazy. I just flipped to Tesla, and then I got the fill. So I reloaded Tesla in front of 199.50. And then we're going to go back, take some out at VWAP. You guys know the drill. Take some out at VWAP up there. Whoop, that's not VWAP. There we go. Take some out at VWAP. And then see, you know, I want to be net long this as well, but it's not nearly as, well, that was easy. So I want to be net long this and Netflix. Haven't found too many other names that I'm enjoying the longs on. And you know what? Netflix is probably a stronger trend name. I still have a firm to the short side just to refresh that one, but I haven't added back into it because, quite frankly, it hasn't popped or broken 16 even because I'm looking for that 16 break, that low of the day.
Yeah, good call on all that, man. I mean, sometimes when it's just about trading the right names, right? Like you're over there on Netflix and pop goes the weasel, or on Tesla, and we know it's a pretty strong name, so there you go.
You can say pop goes the weasel. There's nothing
yeah. No, I'm not feeling I shouldn't say that. So yeah, there it goes. Nice little move there. Anyways.
Why are you laughing at that?
The professor like that one. All right, so there it is. Unfortunately, guys, I mean, we're spinning this for a $2 winner. But we are now out of NVIDIA for $1.75, actually. It just went back up, and it just ticked us out. Like, literally, as my kids say, literally just ticked me out right there at that price. So, yeah, out there. Hopefully, we don't look back and wonder why we got out, but we are out of that one. The other good part about it is we do continue to hold this guy right now, AMD. Even though AMD makes that move back as well, let's just see if we can hold out for that trade now on Advanced Micro back down. But we are now 50 cents in the money on Microsoft, so as that's starting to go back up to the upside as well. So maybe we did find a little bit of a bottom here now. By the way, we did get a fill on Bed Bath & Beyond, but it's still at that 260 level. So let's just continue to do the same thing here. Watch out for new trades, but for right now, Microsoft is the only long that we have on, and it's right there at 266.79. And then the only short we have is AMD, and it's all the way up here at 86. So although we did just get out of NVIDIA, I hope that doesn't. Okay, good. So look where NVIDIA is now. You know, we're not so sad anymore after that, but still out of NVIDIA. Let's see where we go here. Looks like the market's going to test back to 50 period. It looks like it is testing back to 50 period. But just more of an opportunity to short it, in my opinion. But we want to stay strong in case we're wrong. So Microsoft will still hold on to that long. It's 322 now. Getting closer into the close. We're getting closer. I still can't catch much fill at all here on Bed Bath & Beyond. So I have more
60 is just a wall.
I have more at 60, so I don't know, man. I'll take anything that goes back up to the upside, but we're still waiting for that flush. I have one more bid at 60. I'm going to cancel my 56s, and then I have 53s, because if we think there's a wall at 60, I don't even see anything at 50 right now because it's too far down. Most books are 10 levels, so we'll wait to see what's there at 50. If we think 60 is tough, let's see what happens at 50. Last time we stopped at 53.
Yeah, and by the way, Tesla is now well through VWAP. It's up close to that 201 area, but I don't want to celebrate that one because I did miss out on a re-entry into Netflix. So remember Netflix, break, stop, thinking we're going to get that dip consolidation. Well, now all of a sudden, it looks like we're consolidating off, 366, 365 half. I'll try to work longs off that level into the high of the day, which is really only $1 away from here. So, we're getting tight on time, but also up toward the high end of the range. Just want to thank Tim Z for the super chat. Thanks, guys, for the show. And please talk about adding to trades, not just taking a piece out. Please also buy EFSH. Wake up this dead dog. Not financial advice here. I heard a rumor they like AI. So look, I don't mind. And SOUN you're talking about. We're always interested in new names out there, of course. Do your own diligence when it comes to, don't just buy something because someone else said so, but do your own diligence. A lot of good AI names out there that probably have a way to catch some tailwinds off these. And you know what? We try to do the best when we average up or down and say we're adding to a position. We have the benefit usually of the position board, and I feel like sometimes that's a bit of a crutch, and maybe this is good practice for us here. But, you know, I've tried to say when I'm getting in and out of these positions, and we try to do our best. We are live trading, sometimes multiple positions, and we're trying to do our best for you guys. Keep us accountable. Keep yelling at us. Give us an update, all that kind of stuff. We don't mind. That's what we're here for it. Thank you very much for the super chat. But, hey, all you got to do is hit the like and subscribe, and I know I'm happy here. Let's get back into trading. I am on the bid 366 of Netflix. On Tesla, what I want to do here is once we break 201, cancel my stop, throw a trailing stop on this, probably at around 250, just to be able to lock in that profit and see how far it can go to the upside. Because of the time of day and what Bed Bath & Beyond is now doing at 60s, oh, it just broke 60. So I was bidding 58, but if there was a wall at 60 and it's broken 60, there's no point bidding 58. I'm going to draw that bid back to the last support down here at 50. Just go a little bit lower, right? Back down around that lower support area. I think we can get to 250. I'm still looking for it to short some pops, but the further away it gets from 270 and VWAP, I don't want to just be sitting there, because for it to go back up there, it's going to be a violent move. I don't necessarily want to get caught up in that too late in the day.
All right. Yeah, no, I'm not getting too caught up in anything. Thank you again for watching this show and the stream one more time. You know, the funny part is we got out of NVIDIA. The market actually didn't rip, and NVIDIA is going back up to the high side right now. So although I can't get Microsoft to go anywhere right now, it's going downside.
Super chat.
Meanwhile, NVIDIA is going all the way to the upside. Yo, what's up for the super chats? Thanks for that, Neil. Let's see what's going on here right now. A couple of super chats. We'll do the $5 one first because it'll go by. I'll super chat $200 if someone could beat Fahad in an arm wrestling contest.
I was asked right now.
I mean, I would do that for free, but thank you for that right now. I don't know where Fahad is, so he is busy working on some stuff.
He's hiding.
But I would whoop him right now for $2 bills easily as well. Thanks, guys, for your show, and please talk about adding to the trades, not just taking a piece out. Okay, yeah. Please also buy EFSH. Yeah, we're not going to do that right now. And you also like sound. Okay, good. So we choose not to use this platform as like a jumping off spot for names like that. So we don't want to like self-promote anything because sound's a good one. You can have a look at that as well. Neil has it up right now. So thank you so much for the super chat. I would just say about adding to positions, like, you basically got to break key levels. That's one of my weaknesses, is looking for stock to add to levels instead of just holding on to that one position that I have, right? And so, like right now I'm into this long. I would never add it if it went back to the upside. What I think the conditions you need to add to a trade are, and I'm about to get stopped out here on this. I thought I was getting stopped out if it broke. Oh yeah, see, my order didn't even go out there, so I gotta deal with this. But anyways, the idea between adding to a position is, and I'll get over this in a minute because I'm stopped out now, and I don't know why my order didn't go. Like I said, we are having some version problems and everything today. But all right, I gotta get out of this. We'll punch a little bit more out, now we'll hold the rest. I would never add to a position like Microsoft in a down market. So I think the best way to add to position is going with momentum upside versus downside. So, if you do have a day where the market's starting to rally for you and you're like, yeah, Microsoft, like yesterday, Chad is there. We have some reasons to go back to the upside, right? That's when you really want to add. You want to join the momentum. Feel that people are stuck one way, right? Maybe breaking highs of the day. But when you're just sort of like this down here, honestly, I mean, it's just sort of just getting to the downside. So what I would do is, if you were short, maybe you add it when it breaks that level. Then you add again right now when you break lower again. So we're in a little bit of trouble here with Microsoft. We're long at 53s. We did good. We meant to get out when it broke through 40. So now that we're flat on this stock, we can talk a little bit more about it. But that was an L there for Microsoft. I would only add to positions when the strength or the force, Neil, is with you. And right now, I'd only add to shorts.
The force is always with you if you're pure of heart. No, I'm a fan. But
Yeah.
you always want to make sure you're with the trend, right? Like you add on strength. Averaging down is easy because you're like, oh, I'm getting a better price. Averaging up can be more challenging to do, but it is something that makes sense. And with that said, I'm actually thinking of doing something like that on Alphabet. So I don't know if we get close to these wicks up at VWAP 100, that kind of thing. Actually, 99.80 has been the high. So really the short's been around the 65 to 70 range. That's what I have right now. You haven't been able to get 100. And now lower highs off 99.40, wick top there on this consolidation. If it makes another push to here, 99.40, and rejects it and the market still looks weak, I might just add to the position in the money at 99.30, working toward what I think is going to be the low, and which is not the low of the day at 98. It's 98.5. All kinds of buyers have supported that this afternoon. Remember, Alphabet's already down 8%, so it getting to the low at 3:30 or too late in the day, unless it's a huge sell and bounce, I'm not sure about. So here comes the push up. If it doesn't get past 99.40, I'm looking to add to my short position here. I'll end up with a blended price in the 50 range. So, well, the position board's not up, so you're not going to actually see that happen. I'm just in the habit of saying that. But once I get that curl, I'll add to the short. I'm also looking for an opportunity to short more in a firm as well, but that's not giving it to me. It won't even pop enough to give me a reload, and I'm still looking for the 16 breakdown short. Not 16.05, which is low of the day. I want 16 even on the break in a firm. I'll give that to about 3.45. If it's before the imbalances, I probably don't take it, but otherwise, I'm still there for it.
Funny Steve there.
What did he say?
No, just about your geekdom or something like that.
What did I say?
I don't know.
Goddamn right.
About Star Wars. Like, I brought it up, but it's supposed to be your kind of thing, I guess. All right, so, yeah. Now, let's talk a little bit more here. We looked at Microsoft.
Oh, Netflix broke. Oh.
We've been long Microsoft. Oh, no, now what? Microsoft broke?
Netflix
broke?
just broke the high of the day.
Yeah, so, all right, let's go over to Netflix. I mean, we could talk about Netflix as well. There are stocks that are moving around here. NFL. I'm going longer again anyways on Microsoft. I'm still long. I want to go longer ahead of 266. This is what happens when you trade the strong names, right? I mean, Netflix has been up today. Nice move. Look at the momentum to the upside. So the NASDAQ doesn't have to do anything. And there goes Netflix. Is this the 52-week high? 52-week high. I guess we were still up here 52 weeks ago. No, we weren't. We were right back in here, so we're not there. But this is a period high anyways, 380. So no, but we're trying to break out through this daily top right there. I don't know if 280 ever even happened. I guess it must have right there. But you're just trying to break out right now through 368. Some tops happening right now. So yeah, like you just mentioned there, Neil, if you trade the right names, you can get the right wins going through. So we're going to hold on to this Microsoft back to the upside now. We're still long at 266.50. We did dump some out as our super chat, as our stop order didn't work, but there it is out. Hold a little bit back to the upside, able to make a little bit of money on here. So let's see what happens right now with this name. As again, Bed Bath & Beyond just goes right, still staying here at 260. When's that flush happening?
Yeah, the thing is it gets closer to the end of the day. You just put more bids out to get out of Bed Bath & Beyond, but at least this is going to the upside. Congrats if you have Netflix. I wish I was still in. I do still have Tesla. Now that it's broken out 201, I've thrown my trailing stop in here, so if it breaks this consolidation down, hard to see with that wick, we're going to see what happens. I almost want to see it get to the high of the day at this point. It feels like now that I've missed out on Netflix, let's see if Tesla can ride. I got wicked out of it. I thought we'd get back down to 65. That was wrong. At least we held on to one of these too long. But Netflix, you guys were right in the chat. I was dip buying Tesla, and it's winning, but Netflix was the stronger of the two. So congrats if you got that one. As we go to Brendan for the small cap recap.
Hey guys, yeah, we'll get you up to date on what's happening in small cap land heading into the final 30 minutes, including maybe one for tomorrow. Brought to you by Trade Ideas, comprehensive stock scanner used by active traders to quickly and efficiently identify trading opportunities daily, featuring powerful tools, including the innovative stock races you see the guys using all day, every day. Identify and act on potential trades quickly. Check out the link at the bottom there. 20% off from us to you for Trade Ideas. This one is what I'm talking about, AVRO. Still hanging out up here around 150. There was some buyout speculation that came through around lunchtime on that. Huge move to the upside for Where is it? There it is. AVRO. The rest of these, there it is, still hanging out at the top. The rest of these from this morning, not really doing a heck of a lot. This was a AI, little one, quantum computing AI play this morning. It was up around 250, failed miserably, right back to where it was. EVAX, 25% on some positive mRNA vaccine data for cancer, straight back to the downside. ZH, another AI play out of Hong Kong that was gapping to the upside this morning, along with Baidu on that AI name, or AI news for Baidu this morning, and then Bed Bath & Beyond. Of course, the guys covering that very well all day for you. Back to the downside as well. This little biotech was a flyer today as well. Ended up not really doing much, but still holding on to the gains from 2 days ago. Tons of little ones today, guys. Back to you.
Yes, sir. And that SOUN, by the way.
I mean, those races.
I mean, hey. Oh, hey, it's actually about to get to $5. I'm going to zoom out so you guys can just sort of see here. Yeah, not that insignificant of a break as it goes through 480. That's been churning to the upside. In a market that's weak,
there we go.
Sometimes it's just been these low float or smaller names that have been making the move. Just be careful chasing this one at the top. I don't like going long at highs of the day, but darn it, that was pretty good when we got that super chat. And it's crazy. The first thing I said was, hey, don't just go long because someone else said so. And then said stock goes up 10%. So, you know, there you go. I think it might have a chance of pulling back just because that's a big level, but I'm not paying for locates at 335 on this name. I don't feel like chasing it. We have enough to manage here. I did get the reload on Alphabet. I have to zoom from zooming out to zooming back in. So it did this interesting wick. I added on the way up. Well, that's too aggressive of a bid. So got a wick in. We got that entry, wick, that entry, and now we're going to go to the bottom end of the range. If it gets to 99 even, then we can take some more shares out of Alphabet here. I know it sucks that the position board isn't up. I'm long Tesla, short Affirm, short Bed Bath & Beyond, short Google. So we'll keep those. I wish I could say I was long Netflix, but that's me, and that's it going higher.
Hey, it's me. Hi. You don't know where that's from, do you?
Should I?
Yeah, it's Taylor Swift. No, probably
then
not.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so I just want to show you one thing quickly here because these are the races, and I just sort of made them a little bit bigger. Not only can you customize the races with the stocks that you want, like look at Bed Bath & Beyond leading the way right now to the downside. As you can see, it's starting to go GameStop, Snowflake, SoFi. These are all 3-minute races. You can change. So what I was going to say is this is why mine's different than Neil's and Brendan's. They have the whole market in there or whatever names they want. I only have in here, so like right now, Uber to the, so you can click, it doesn't, you know, fix with Prosper Pro, but you can set this up with other platforms whereby it just indicates what's happening. So right now, Uber is winning the way. This is biggest loser from the open of this 3-minute race. So you can put in your own list. So if you want that, contact Michael Noss. He has all my stocks and this exact layout for me as well. So I pay attention to this, see what's moving around right now. So let's just go see. And I hope this isn't going to backfire. So let's just go over right now and see what's going on with Uber right now. And again, it's not, remember, it's relative, right? So yeah, so like you get a nice little move down right now. So like that 10 cents that just happened in the last 3 minutes as a percentage would have been stronger than the rest of them, right? So that's what's happening on that, and that's why it shows it. But the races are definitely a cool thing to look at. It's 336 right now. Oh, there it was, a billion, to sell. So Brendan came up with 922 million to sell. That's going to come at 350 right here on the imbalance locator. So right now it's all NYSE ARCA, has nothing to do with anything. We're going to wait till 350 when NASDAQ and NYSE populate. And actually, we have the ability to source this out. So I'm going to get rid of it and only look at these. So these are names that have halted already today. CO, WRAC, STRRP, I don't know. And we're going to wait to see for an update on that one. Unfortunately, we were waiting at 266.10. It went to 266.20 there on Microsoft. We're still long this name and still short AMD and still short Bed Bath & Beyond.
It just broke 60 again.
Yeah, I'm going to take another bid here at 59 on Bed Bath & Beyond and just see if we can keep getting filled on this one. But yep, more downside pressure on this name, guys.
Yeah, we're running out of time here. I'm the same way. I just took another bid on Bed Bath & Beyond. We said we'd have to do this on, even if I wanted to just hold this one right till the aftermarket. You can't. 4 o'clock is looming, and 250 is the bottom. So I have orders out there for a while on that name. Tesla is starting to come back in. So that trailing stop I have, like I was just about to say, Tesla's coming back in, my trailing stop is in threat of triggering, and then my trailing stop triggers. So we'll ring the register on the last long that I had, which was Tesla. Got that little dip off 199.5. We're able to scalp some out, VWAP, and then we get it to 201. Not bad. Would have been a lot nicer if it went to the high of the day like Netflix did. I don't mean, it's not to harp on Netflix, right? But when you're looking for long positions, you know, this was probably, I mean, it's obviously stronger, and hindsight's going to be 2020, but I'm getting pissed off when I had a winning trade. It's just you had a better one that showed you all the signs in the world of being better and being stronger, so it's a bit frustrating to have stuck with Tesla because I happen to have been trading it all day, as opposed to noticing that Netflix was the stronger name this afternoon. Tesla's up 2%, this is up 1%, but this is stronger because higher lows, above VWAP, breaking out of consolidations to the upside, and Tesla, which might be up more percentage-wise, bigger moves this morning, breaking down VWAP, lower highs here. You guys got to kind of get the drift. Like, you want those signs of confirmation so that you'll like to trade more, hold on to it, hopefully better than I did on Netflix, and then ride it to the promised land. As we go, I do want to keep an eye on that SOUN for you guys. Right now I'm just kind of holding shorts and managing them. They're kind of all in the money right now, even with this pop. But SOUN did turn off $5, and if you remember, that was that high from yesterday, like a 485 or something high. So it is rejecting yesterday's tops. However, not that big of a rejection. As long as it holds within like 20 to 25 pennies of that 85 level, always a chance it could go. I'm not chasing it because it's too late in the day. We've got the imbalances to deal with in about 10 minutes or so. And oh, by the way, there's a big offer at 480 on this stock. If you're trading this, someone's doing that stack thing where there it is. 50,000, 50,000, 50,000. You see this from time to time where you have a big order spread out on 3 gateways. That's legitimate selling. Usually it doesn't get pulled. They're actually looking for that fill. They're just taking a large order and tying it up in the book. I mean, they could just pay the spread and get that fill. But yeah, SOUN's doing that at yesterday's high. So it does make some sense. That is a key level there. I'm not chasing this long. However, if that does break, you might have an opportunity. It could get back into the high, but it's got to get through those orders first.
All right.
So it's down to 30.
Yeah, just making sure that we're okay here. Microsoft, we just got out again here on Softy. Was a good trade. It sucks because we got busted out of that earlier, right? We talked about that when we lost on Microsoft, right there down to 266.50. It broke. Now I wish, like, my stop order didn't work. Now I really wish I didn't notice because we just took it right back up to the upside. So here's me getting long. Here's me getting stopped out through 50. We still have a piece because I wanted to hold it. I mean, and we wanted to get longer. What the embarrassing part of all of this is, my bid is at 266.11. It went down to 22 before now popping up $1 right now. So missed opportunity, my bad on that one, and we continue to go higher. I just want to bring one more thing to everyone's attention, and I don't want to keep talking about Bed Bath & Beyond, although we're doing it. Yesterday at this time is when the flush was sort of on right now. So we had that high move at 230, and then we sort of got upside again at about 3, and then right here, exactly 24 hours ago, if you scroll, you can't see, but if you scroll down there, it was 341. Maybe I can just do this a little bit better for you guys to see. It was exactly yesterday at this time when we started to flush. So right there, right here, look at the time, 42 down there. So there's the flush down in. So let's see. So that went from 07 down to 90 before making a little bit of a move up into the close, and then sort of going crazy there, back up to 330 after market and so on and so forth. So we have to be flat at the end of every day, Neil and I, so we will not be holding this into, well, maybe into the close, but not after the close. So any sort of risk that happens after market is not us. But I wanted to look at this right here too. Look at this. This was the level I want to talk about. Now you're coming up to a wall at 58. I only have another bid at 53, which is the low of the day. We've already got one fill at 55. Let's see if we can get another one down here at 53. So a break here sends this name down. Is there a wall at 50? Oh, yes, there is. So there's probably over a few million shares here for sure at 50. Yeah. Let's see if it breaks. It's only done 120 million shares today. So unless this really gets ramped up, I don't know. I think we got to just be careful with our trading here a little bit.
Disney apparently making some moves. So we haven't really talked too much about earnings, but Disney floating to the upside. Need a better term for when things break to the upside. Floating is not that bad, but breaking VWAP on volume. We've seen runners going into earnings before come on, give me VWAP here. It's 343, so there's some time to try to get something with a stop. I would love 111.50 because that's $12 in here. 111.50 is VWAP, so that would actually make some sense for a bit of a stop level on a dip buy. But just keep in mind, if I get a fill on the way back here, I'm going to have a tight stop going into the imbalances. Obviously, Disney reporting tonight would be on risk of having an imbalance. But how many times have we seen this? A huge move, one direction, trending in the last 15 to 20 minutes, whether it's up or down, going into a major earnings name. So I'm just going to try and join that party. Good look for you guys catching it. I was kind of enamored watching Tesla, seeing if I could get a dip buy. I was looking at Netflix, seeing if I was going to be able to participate there. I can't chase Netflix up here. I'll have to sit this one out. It's kind of unfortunate, but yeah, Disney could provide something if it gives a little bit of a dip into VWAP. I will be there trying to buy that dip.
All right, I did take a 58 there on Bed Bath & Beyond. It's not moving anywhere. Let's just look to see what we're doing into the close. And those of you that are on this Microsoft trade, it's back up to 268 right now. Let's see what happens. Hey, I want to get that look of you guys. I want to get that camera over there. As people right now, we don't have the position board. Let's see if there they are. Wait, there's Fahad and Brad. In the darkness. It's not actually that dark there. It's just compared to the 1,400 lights that we have on us right now. It does look a little bit darker, but a shout out to the production team.
It's a lot of lights on us.
One more time here today.
It's crazy.
So thanks for everything.
You get blinded if you look up.
Yeah, I don't. If you do, then you got to take a little time off from the lights a little bit. So yeah, we'll watch out for that right now. But yeah, so I was just talking about Microsoft quickly. We're $1 in the money on that one. I really wish we would have got long and or not got stopped out, but it was more the long miss. I feel like we're coming up right now. We'll see what these imbalances bring. I'll go see. Did we get it upgraded there? No, 922. So right now it's still 900 million to sell. So maybe not too eventful here into the close for us. So let's wait to see if there's anything going to come through that. It is a sell imbalance. So we'll hold Microsoft. Although it's up, let's just see, man. Maybe it comes out of buy and it does continue to rip. We still have $1.20 in the money on AMD. Let's check back in our NVIDIA trade. Where did that go? Yeah, wow.
Just a quick second.
Look at that out on NVIDIA. Yeah, go ahead.
So C3AI broke VWAP. I actually had stopped offering this when it broke this consolidation, which is probably a good thing because I would have just shorted 50s and lost like 5 or 10 cents. But all the way up to 27. Yeah, this is done. This is done for shorts. It broke through that big support line. I mean, you draw a trend. It actually was a downward moving trend. Oh, goodness. Let me just actually draw the line. So like it was more of a downward moving trend since the morning high. So once it broke it, I kind of had given up on it. So I think you're actually looking for longs. I mean, we're running out of time. Yeah, it might be too late in the day to put this on, but you'd be looking for longs above 26.50 once that made that move. I don't want to put in that dip buy. I was looking at Disney for that, and I don't want to confuse things by going over two names on the way back in. Still, of course, I still have some Affirm, but it's not really moving. And I want to look for a quick little dip buy in front of the imbalances on Disney, like that 111.50 area. Let's see if we can grab that quickly. Oh, just to come back to Affirm. I have canceled. I'm no longer taking the short on Affirm if it breaks the low of the day. That should be obvious. At this point, I'm just going to try and hold through the low. I have a trailing stop now at 16.25. That's where my last entry point was. So I'm just going to, double check. Okay, trailing stop on 16.25 on Affirm. Hold through the low of the day. See what happens. And I just picked up Disney. A 111.61 long on Disney.
Oh, man, it's all the way back up to 61s. Darn it, we were talking about that at O's there. We should have definitely done something about that one. All right, so that level did break on Bed Bath & Beyond, but I don't think the size broke. I don't think the level broke. So, look, they're trying to hit it. You can see more red prints right now, trying to get this to break back down. More red prints, so that means that they're actually hitting the bid. Notice what they're on. They're on ARCAs right now, so that's always something when you're trying to read the tape. Like what gateways, when they all pay the same fees, you want to shop at the place that's giving you all of the love. You got to get the liquidity. So I would use ARCA if you guys are on here, as I've seen that print numerous times. I don't see too much NASDAQ or Edge X printing. So it's ARCA on that one. All right, let's keep going there. We already talked about Netflix, that password sharing decision there. AMD's bringing it back in, and so is Microsoft. We only have 2 minutes now until those imbalances. Remember Uber today? Uber was a really strong stock. Still pretty strong, obviously pretty strong, but well off some of the highs that we were in the pre-market. Yeah. The reason why we're not in this is because we were waiting for 38 shorts, and they never came in. Remember what I said? When you don't have a PE, I'm not super interested in too many of your reports. That got hit pretty hard early, man. Like Uber really fell off there right back and actually went red on the day. I know you're up 5% now, but this turns it red on the day there. Uber goes all the way back down to 34. This is where we closed yesterday. So again, if you were trying to find some strength, always look back.
It held 35.
35, yeah, 35 is where it closed, but we went down to 34.70 there today. So we actually broke it, but that 35 was a good one. Now, let's look tomorrow. I'm going to consider Uber weak today. Because of this move downside, I know it battled back, but Uber tomorrow, maybe 37 is a level to look at there for Uber for tomorrow. So that's something that I'm going to look at there, 37, even a short now. But into the imbalances, only a few minutes left to go. Please hit the like button, by the way. Like, I don't know what's going on. I know we don't have that board, and it feels like we're suffering from that. Only 954 likes with 5,500 watching. So let's get that all figured out. We will get our board back tomorrow. And I want to thank everybody for hitting the like in advance, because I know you guys will. Like and subscribe, please. And let's tell YouTube, pretty sure they already know, we are the best trading show out there.
Yes, sir.
All live trades, all real time.
Only.
Everything. Yeah, so we're here. We're trading what you guys want, hopefully, and giving you some entertainment along the way as well.
Exactly. And look, we'll show you guys the winners, losers.
There's 1.2K right there.
Camera's just shaking. The guys are literally working on stuff right now. That shot has a shaking camera. I just got out VWAP, but that's also 111.50 on Disney.
So fun.
So I just wanted to be able to update the positions for you guys. Like I did get into Disney and then out when it took out VWAP. Tight stop, I know, but it's a long, and the longs aren't really all that great. Affirm is now broken through 16. So it's got a fresh low on the day. That's just going to mean tighten up the stop. This is yesterday, already through yesterday's bottom. But I want to put the stop in at yesterday's low or right around it. So 16.10. Oh, go to imbalances. Sean's screen.
Yep, they just came out right now. So it's Google with a buy right now. I think they're going to be big bids right now.
Yeah.
Brendan so let's wait to see. We're waiting for that. Buy from Google. Oh, sell for Apple, though, right now. Sell for Apple. Buy for Google. Buy for my boy Palantir. Sell for Mr. Softy. But look what Softy's doing. No thank you. Rejection of the sell. Nice little upside move there. So this is why you can't be completely relying on all of these. Google with a buy. Meta with a buy. Let's see what's going on with Meta. Again, Google versus Google. Look at Meta bumped up there. Nice bump up for Meta as well. Snapchat, Cisco, so Microsoft is really the one. Look at Microsoft go, $1.15, $1.20 now in the money for Microsoft. So spin it one last time. End the day on a winning trade. I like it. I like it a lot. Too bad we didn't get that long, but Microsoft battling back to Greensville today. Let's just get out of our AMD. That's starting to rip upside again. So we'll get out of AMD, not worry about it. Hey, AMD's only $1 in the money. Let's put an O2 bid. And there it is. We clean that one out as well. We'll go awesome on the AMD trade. But yeah, we're getting ready here, man. The close is upon us. I do not, Brendan. Hey, Brendan, how's it going? I do not see BBBY on here. So I just want to talk about that because there is... Yeah, I think people care, but the volume today seems a bit lighter, and I just feel like we've just danced off here a little bit. Good thing we took some outs at 58 and 59 and 60 as you rate back up. I'm just going to try to punch the rest of these out.
Yeah, so right when I was putting that trailing stop in, imbalances hit, and I got trailed out of Affirm. So I was just putting it back in at the previous low. It takes it out at 16.10. There's a lot of ways you can play a weak stock, but I do find that it's always better to try and participate. A lot of times it's like, oh, you get in. It's like, I know I've done it before too, where you're just holding it and it just works, and you're just holding on to dodge. Or you can short every single opportunity you get when a name is weak. They do report. Just because I like the shorts the last 2 days off these levels does not necessarily mean I do tomorrow. Affirm has a good report, and they're like 37% short interest or whatever the heck it is. It could go up. Don't get me wrong. It's actually made a good recovery off the bottoms when you look at it. But that 200 period looms. If I see a big move to the upside, I probably look to fade it around the 200 or the 23, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I just have Bed Bath & Beyond at this point, and I don't know if it's going to I mean, 250 is probably not going to happen. As a matter of fact, looks like it's actually climbing a little bit here. So we might as well just get out of it. This one does not seem like it wants to get back to 250.
All right, I don't have the register thing, so we'll just do this. We haven't done this in a while. Microsoft, she gone right now, so we're out of Microsoft right now. The only position we do have left is Bed Bath & Beyond, as we have to be flat at the end of every day. So we let Microsoft just ride all the way to the upside and then get it out right there when it breaks back down through 50. So that's $1 and change on that trade. About 80 cents. It was $1 and change up there. We just broke 41s and we were long from right there, 53. So 90 cents, good win for us there on that. And then the only position we have left is this guy right here. And unfortunately, when it went back up, I was like, oh, I'm going to punch him out at 62. Well, guess what? I started bidding 61s, and by the time it got away from me, I had to pay some 63s and some 64s. But now we only have 5%. It's not even the amount of shares I have now. When you're going to add these up, it doesn't matter. It's such a small amount. But Bed Bath & Beyond is my #1 stock today that I look at that, because we did give some back there on Microsoft and we did give back some on Amazon. So yeah, today #1 stock, spin it. It's our money stock right there. It is Bed Bath & Beyond. For me, my #1 net stock today, Bed Bath & Beyond. And I guess what I'm going to be doing tomorrow? Short. That's 2 days in a row we were short. We're going to be short again tomorrow. We just got to find the levels. So Bed Bath & Beyond continues to print for us. Google there, Intel.
It might be the same levels.
Palantir. Yeah, everything the same, man. Just keep rinsing and repeating this trade. We're going to be short until it breaks a lot lower. Unfortunately, Hudson's Bay has tons of shares to sell. It's 400 million shares to sell of this name, so they got to get rid of them all here. And I think it goes to the downside even more. So let's wait to see what happens here with Bed Bath & Beyond. I still want to be short.
Yeah, I only really say the same levels because it's showing you, like it's giving it to you. Like yesterday it closed. Look where it closed with resistance at 320. Where was the short? Just right in front of 320 this morning. It then broke down. It's going to end the day with resistance at 280. Thank you, Fahad. So I think tomorrow I'm going to come in exactly where we're loading up on the way up. We're going to look for 280 shorts. I don't think it needs to be complicated at all. I'm just going to punch out if it takes out 63, or, I'm going to try and get a midpoint here. I like the mid. Oh, no, it's just, give me BYX. Yeah, it's going to fill a bit. I'm out. So I'm now out of Bed Bath & Beyond, but I don't think it's that complicated at all. It told you where to short the stock in the afternoon yesterday. Let's let it do exactly the same thing, shorting 280s tomorrow. I don't see any reason to get away from it. Even if it breaks 250 to the downside, I mean, the stock was at $1 before. Its recent support's at $2. I don't see any reason why I can't head back down there. And yeah, I'm now flat. Fahad just handed these to me, so I don't mind.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was with Fahad when he went to get those. He's like, do you think I should get some Timbits there? And I was like, yeah, why not get some Timbits? There, thanks, Fahad.
You want one?
For all of that right now. No, who are we talking to, Rob right now? All right, so yeah, I'm still watching Bed Bath & Beyond. We still do have a little bit of shares here as we go. Even though I said we didn't have that many, we still got some. So let's wait to see what happens here with BBBY coming back in here for the close. So yeah, man, what a good show. Let's just check back in on Microsoft just to see if anything's happened with that. Yeah, it did go to the downside. Look at that out that we have, guys. This is why sometimes you don't get too fancy with this stuff, man. When you're able to get an out, you just take that out. So there it is right there. Look at that save. Make sure, double check. That's what I'm doing right now. Double check your script orders. You don't want to have any forgotten orders out there, anything like that, because I'm thinking oh my God, I might get filled if it comes back down here. But we don't have any orders. Good out, great out for Microsoft right there, actually. So yeah, that's that, man. I hope you guys liked the show. Anything else you guys want to talk about? We are on a prop firm, so prop floor. So it's Day Trade the World. You can look them up, daytradetheworld.com, dttw.com. And again, we have to be flat at the end of every single day. And all of our buying power is provided to us by Day Trade the World. So the accounts that we trade with, can be upsized, of course, based on your performance. So traders behind us may be starting. They'll start with a small amount of money, and then as their risk goes upside, then the amount of shares, the amount of risk that they will take will also increase. So that's what we're doing, and I hope you had a good time today. 20 years experience for Neil and myself, and that's what's good. So
I'm trying not to eat more of these right now.
How many are in there?
I'm struggling.
Why is there so many? I thought you only got 10.
It's literally full.
Literally full.
You can't do this to me, Fahad. If you're watching C3AI, it is pulling back Only 2.5 minutes. We're not going to take any trade, but it did give up VWAP. Looks like the sell came back into it. I don't know if there's any other names out there that you guys are watching. I heard FUV or saw FUV in the chat. That just flushed. I don't know why this happened. Maybe it's just a technical break at $2, but that just flushed to the downside. Eat more. Bring one to your dog. You know what? Maybe I will steal one.
I mean,
Stop
don't bring
console
them
wars,
home.
like,
Stop.
take them.
Get her fresh ones.
Whatever, man. If
saying?
no one's going to eat them, then I probably will take them home with me.
Yeah,
But I think we have some earnings to get to, Brendo.
All right, yeah, quick look, guys, at what's coming up here. I just double-checked. All the big ones, 405, so that means probably 401 typically, but here we go. Here's what's to come after the close and before the open tomorrow.
Huge Timbit fan, actually. She doesn't like it.
All right. Tired, needless to say. Hey, there's my kid in the middle, Baxter. What's up, Baxter? And there's my phone company, TELUS. So I got some bills to pay on that one. PepsiCo should be a good one. AbbVie I own as well. That's been sort of tanking a little bit.
Disney.
Off there. Disney, yeah. I mean, that's the big one for us today. We talked about Disney, greater than between 5 to 6% implied move. That's going to be the big one. And then Neil's favorite, of course, Affirm there. Don't sleep on MGM. I think with Macau and everything happening over there on MGM, that could be a mover.
And Win as well.
Yeah, Win is there. I mean, Win is the Macau play, but so is LVS. I'm just saying MGM is obviously stateside, so watch out for that. Watch out for Win for Macau. I don't see LVS on there. Normally they go together. I think LVS was way earlier. I feel like LVS already reported Las Vegas Sands. And then,
Robinhood.
Yeah, hey, that was it. That's what I just saw. I said, we missed one. Robinhood right in there.
The only time
also,
we traded.
Mattel's got a lot of my money in the last 20 years, so.
You better believe that. Hasbro, too. If you have kids, you know exactly what we're talking about. But I don't know if we trade Mattel. We'll probably trade some Robinhood, though. Like, that's always a good stock to trade. I'm going to watch Disney going into the close with less than a minute to go. I don't know who's going to be on the bell, but I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. Maybe it'll be Fahad in there. Thank you very much for the Timbits. Disney bouncing. Looks like there's some buyers going into this close with 30 seconds to go. Thank you guys for everything. I see comments about Robinhood. You know, we try to make it about the stocks and the trades and the opportunities. I understand there's people that are upset with them, but for obvious reasons. But we're just going to try to stick to the technicals and the levels. As I don't know what you're bringing up there, Fahad, but it looks delicious. We have about 15 seconds to go, so I'm dropping the countdown on. Somebody's going up to the board in 8, 7, 6, 5. That looks delicious. What is that? 2 and 1. What is that? Is that a honey?
Wow, he just ate the whole donut in like 5 seconds there. This guy's an animal in so many different ways. Oh, we also found out that he was a professional salsa dancer. Oh, you slipped one in your mouth there, too. Oh, man, these guys are too much around here. All right, yeah, man, Fahad is a unit. That's for damn sure. We definitely like Fahad, and we appreciate all that. Lots of fun here on the show, man, as we continue. All right, what a great day. Again, especially good for the Bears today. So where's my Bear thing? There it is right now. Bears coming in one more time. So, yeah, get these Timbits away from Neil before you're not going to be able to speak, man, for the rest of the show as it goes to get wolfed down. All right, so let's go over to Brendan. How do we wind up? We know the NASDAQ was worse than the ES, but let's have Brendan tell us exactly how much worse.
There it is. Pretty red, guys. Here we go. Look at how things ended for the day. 1.8 for the NASDAQ, 1.1 for the S&P, 0.75 there for the Dow. It was the best off all day long. Ends the day that way. Remember, oil was up 4% yesterday, so this is pushing 6.5 in a couple days here for crude, guys. But we did get a bit of a sell-off, notably in crypto late in the day, 1.6, or late in the equity session, obviously, 1.6 there for Bitcoin and Ethereum.
So I'll say this, because, realistically, you should always try to eat better. Someone in the chat's like, yo, Neil, eat better. But I have a thing for pastries. I have a sweet tooth. I admit it. That keeps me more accountable to it. I absolutely, outside of here doing that, I barely treat myself. You always want to be disciplined, but if you don't acknowledge, okay, well, I have a sweet tooth, and you don't tap into it every now and then you're probably going to be in denial. So I always say you have to manage yourself. This goes with trading as well. You don't change who you are. You just accentuate your strength and manages your weaknesses. So you always want to acknowledge them as well. I love a good pastry. I'm going to eat them. You can't stop me. Can't stop, won't stop. I'm trying to stall just in case Disney comes out, but obviously nothing's happening here, Sean.
Yeah, I have Disney up as well. Wait to see if that hits. If anything else hits, man, we'll bring it to you. But for right now, yes, I don't see too much going on right now. So we'll watch out for Disney. But hey, what a great show again, man. Good Luca crushing it today. So was Sharif. So I want to thank everybody for that. I want to thank these guys right here, Prad and Fahad. There it is. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for all the work. Mark is in there as well. There's Mark. Thanks, Mark, for everything again. I don't know where Rob is. Maybe he left, but thanks to Rob as well. And again, a big news day. Thanks, Brendo, for all that. And thanks, Fahad. I mean, he was quite the character again there on camera. So I want to thank him for that.
Always.
And I want to thank all the viewers today as well. I mean, I know we did through a little bit of problem there at the end of the day with the position board. And I want to thank Bears versus Bulls for trying to put our orders there, or our trades in there as much as can be. We were a little frustrated giving them to you because we're so used to having it at the bottom, but that is what it is. So, okay, Brendan, anything to report right now, or let's wrap this up?
Prad is working on a replay feature. So pretty soon we'll be able to replay the Fahad moments, such as the one we just witnessed. So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, I'm so excited about that. I'm like so jacked up about that because I'd love to see Fahad eat more donuts in front of everybody's face, but that would be great.
He held that back for himself.
Fahad's like just a natural content creator, so he's creating content for us. So thank you for that, for Fahad. Okay, guys, we're gonna get out of here so we can look at these earnings, analyze them, and bring it back to you tomorrow. Make sure you sign up for our watch list. That's most important. They'll all be on there. We had great news today and notes on the watch list. So Bed Bath & Beyond will be on our mind for sure tomorrow. But let's get ready for big earnings reports. Thank you to everybody again today. For Neil, Brendan, I'm Sean. We're Trader TV Live, and we'll catch you in the AM. Sleep well.